Of Hawai'i Hilo, Dixie State, a 10-game winning streak on the line. They try to make it 11 tonight in the driver's seat in the Pac-West Conference. Carrick Segmel and Devin Dixon with you inside of the Intermountain Sports Medicine pregame show. A quick one. We'll give you some Camping World keys of the game at Mullen Legal Group coaches' comments and get you set with the Sky Mountain Golf Course starting lineups. Again, Devin, Trailblazers back inside the Burns after what seemed like an eternity. Had that January 26th home game against the Fresno Pacific Sunbirds, but it was right back to Hawaii, and now excited to be back inside the Burns for a three-game homestand.
Yeah, quite a streak. The all-time D2 streak is 13. They can tie that with this three-game final homestand of the year. Play tonight, a week from tonight, and then on President's Day, that Monday after. So you got 3 in a row to get to 13, and then you got 2 road games to finish up the season. And this team knows they don't have a game to give because I don't think they have the tiebreaker with Cal Baptist. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this thing plays out, Carrick.
Certainly will be interesting to see how this thing plays out. Dixie State hosting Hawai'i Hilo tonight. Vulcans coming into the Burns, trying to find the upset, but the Trailblazers always mindful of those quote-unquote trap games, and they'll be looking to not drop one here tonight and try to make it 11 straight. The Trailblazers enter tonight's contest at 14-2 in the Pac-West Conference with, 13-2 in the Pac-West Conference with 5 games remaining, 3 here at home, 2 on the road, and Dixie State and Hawai'i Hilo getting set to do battle inside the Burns Arena. Again, this is the Intermountain Sports Medicine pregame show. We're going to give you some Camping World keys to the game here momentarily. We'll also give you some McMullen Legal Group coaches' comments, but thought we'd take a quick look at the Pac-West standings to see how they currently look right now. Again, Dixie State 16-6 overall, 13-2 in the Pac-West, trailed closely by California Baptist 11-3. Point Loma 13-4, Azusa Pacific at 11-4, Chaminade at 9-5. Concordia 8-7, Hawaii Pacific 8-7, Academy of Art 8-8, Hawai'i Hilo 5-8, Holy Names 5-11, Dominican 4-10, Biola 4-11, NDNU 4-12, Fresno Pacific 3-14. So again, Hawai'i Hilo 6-14 overall, 5-8 in the Pac-West. Dixie State 16-6 overall, 13-2 in the Pac-West. Two teams obviously on the separate ends of the Pac-West table, but anything can go when these two teams meet up on the court. Tell you what, TV and interviewers, we're going to stay for just a moment. We're going to get reconnected on the radio side, and we'll have the tip for you here in just a couple of minutes.
Okay. Here. I'm going to swap my box out for yours.
Tonight's game features the Vulcans from Hawaii, Hilo, and your very own Dixie State Trailblazers. Now let's meet your starting lineup, sponsored by Camping World. First, the visiting Vulcans of Hawaii, Hilo. Number 3, Riley Callahan. Number 4, Devin Johnson. Number 20, Brandon Baronovas. Number 21, Cleo Kane. And number 35, Jared Rockworth. The head coach of Hawaii Hilo is G.E. Coleman. He's assisted by Kai Warren and Don Campbell.
Fans, welcome back inside the Burns Arena. Trailblazers set to take on Hawaii Hilo. Welcome inside the broadcast. A few issues on the radio side getting on the air tonight, so I think we're just on the TV and internet side. We'll get those radio issues sorted. For now, Eric Sagman with you. Will be joined momentarily again by Devin Dixon. It'll be Isaiah Clark jumping it for the Trailblazers. For the Vulcans, Devin Johnson. And Slim, Isaiah Clark, going to win it for the Trailblazers. Taps it back to Brandon Simister. Boy, did Simister, as this game gets underway, have a brilliant Hawaii trip. He wins over Chaminade and Hawaii Pacific. Looking inside, Clark holding baseline right side, kicking back out Simister. Skip pass inside to Nielsen, catches left block, backs his way out. Shot is tipped and brought down by Brandon Baronovas. Hawaii Hilo with its first possession of the night. Swinging it near side, Baronovas holding, looking inside, Johnson. Johnson working inside on Slim, and he'll score. Devin Johnson will lay it up and in for the game's first bucket, and Hawaii Hilo an early 2-0 lead. 19:15 to go in the first. Trevor holding left wing. Kicking it right side, Nielsen. Nielsen holding. Back to Zach Hunter. Out of Simister, 14 to shoot for the Trailblazers. Winners of 10 consecutive, 16-6 overall, 13-2 in the Pac West. Simister hanging, can't hit, falls hard, not going to get a foul. Hawaii Hilo the rebound, handing off to Riley Callahan. And the Vulcans will set things up. A 2-0 lead for Hawaii Hilo, 18:44 to go in the first. Again, Carrick Sagman with you. We'll be rejoined by Devin Dixon momentarily. Vulcans with it, nearly turn it over. It deflects back out to Riley Callahan, fires a three straight away. No, Trevor the rebound. Trevor says, that's my ball. Here comes Dixie State. Hill slashing inside, off the window, won't go. Tipped around, rebound goes to Hawaii Hilo and Jared Roffler. Roffler. Hands off to Callahan. Callahan trapped by Slim. And Trevor Hill tapped away. Zach Hunter's got it. A foul will be called. I believe Riley Callahan going to pick it up. Indeed, it will be Riley Callahan as he dove back under that ball to try to prevent Zach Hunter from getting it. Gets called for the foul. Dixie State scoreless so far, trailing 2-0. 18 minutes, 2 minutes gone by here in the first. Zach Hunter swinging near side of Trevor. Trevor bouncing inside. Kyler Nielsen back out. Brandon. How about a three? Left wing. Bang! Brandon Simister buries the triple from the left wing. They're going to say. They are going to say it's a three-point shot. And the Trailblazers lead it 3-2, 17:38 to go. And Hawaii Hilo the other way. Going to knock down the three, and it's a 5-3. Hawaii Hilo lead, 17:23 to play. Hill inside, spinning to the paint, and he is fouled, and he'll get a couple of free throws. As a few more of the lights come back on here inside the Burns Arena. They didn't all come on after the starting lineups. They're trying to get all those back on. Trevor to the line for a pair of free throws. Trevor here to the line for a pair of free throws. Quick note after the Brandon Simister three-point shot, he is now converted on 144 career three-point shots. One more and he will tie Tom Whitehead atop the career three-point field goals made list here at Dixie State in the D2 era. Two more, which will probably happen tonight, and he will be the all-time three-point leader. Trevor splits the pair of free throws, and Dixie State back to within one, 5-4, 17-15 to play. Joined now again by Devin Dixon. Welcome back, Dev. And Hawaii Hilo going to take a timeout. Head coach fired up. It's a 30-second timeout. He's incensed at his players. 16:59 to go. Dixie State trailing 5-4. Let's take a 30-second timeout. Come right back to the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
There is a place where looking out means looking in, where an impression lasting only a few seconds will be imprinted on a life forever, where courage is forged and innocence rediscovered, where remembering is rewarding and forgetting unforgettable. There is a place where truth is felt and where seeing is believing. There is a place.
Welcome back inside the Burns Arena, 16:59 to go. Eric Sagman with Devin Dixon with you now. A little bit of a mess getting things going on all three ends of the triple cast tonight, but Dixie State trailing 5-4. And Devin, welcome to the broadcast. The Trailblazers trail it by one. Callahan to the free throw line, hangs high off the window, not the high off the window, over the window.
Not the
and
shot.
Out of bounds.
Not the shot Coach G. Scott was looking for right there. You're going to the left hand, trying to high arcer over a block attempt, and he arced it way too much, and that's a violation.
Dixie State going to get it back, looking to retake the lead. Trevor inside, and a great look from Brandon Simister, too hard off the window. Rebound goes to Jared Roffler. Here comes Hawaii Hilo. 16:35 to go. And we are on the triple cast now, radio, TV, and internet. Looking inside for Devin Johnson, deflected by Isaiah Clark, taken away by Trevor Hill. Trevor up the near sideline, gets inside, and he's fouled. Question is, are they going to get him two free throws? Will it be on the inline? Foul is going against Randon Baranobas.
Well, tonight, Coach Judkins wants his transition to be great on both ends. He wanted that transition D to get back and obviously want to get out and run like you saw right there. And then I think the goal tonight for Juddy and the guys, somewhere around 60, 62 points. If they can hold Hilo at home under that, they have a great chance to win.
Foul was on the ground. Inbound pass from Simpson to Zach Hunter. And a baseline left side shot too strong. Here come the Vulcans. Cleo Kane swinging it back to Callahan. Callahan to the far side. Roffler. Roffler will hand off to Baranobas. Baranobas stops the dribble, looking for Callahan, and he threw it away.
And Callahan acted like he was going to try to sell it. Maybe he didn't touch that. He didn't really make an effort to go after that loose ball. Probably couldn't have got to it, and he knew it. Another turnover, a couple empty trips in a row for the Vulcans.
15:55 to go. We're under 16. First media timeout of the night. Forthcoming. Trevor bouncing inside. Zach Hunter. Zach bounces one more to Kyler Nielsen. Nothing there. Kicks it out. Trevor. He'll take a three straight away and make it. Dixie State leads at 7-5. 15:40 to go.
Team D3 for Trevor Hill. You get three things for 88 East St. George Boulevard. Selection, quality, price. Trev right there. Didn't even look like he elevated and got it to drop. Beautifully done.
Speaking of three-point shots, Brandon Simister's got one in this game. One more, he'll tie Tom Whitehead atop the all-time three-point made list. Two more, he'll be the all-time leader. Jumper from the right side. Cleo Kane can't get it to go. Offensive rebound in the corner. Roffler. The Vulcans reset. Baranobas kicking to Callahan. He'll spot up for three, right wing. Air ball may have been deflected by Simister. Montgomery going to save it in, but he throws it right back to Roffler. And here come the Vulcans. Free throw line jumper good for Cleo Kane, and we're tied at 7:15 to go in the first.
Yeah, Kane, the recipient of a great pass and great hustle there by Montgomery, but it goes for naught.
Trevor for three again, left wing. Nope, too strong. Montgomery going to get called for the foul, going over the back of Devin Johnson. It'll be his first, and the first team foul against the Trailblazers as well. 14:52 to go. Dixie State and Hawai'i Hilo logged to the Pac-West Conference battle, tied at 7. We take the 60-second timeout, come right back on the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
Did you hear about the pony with a sore throat? He was a little horse. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why couldn't the Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Where did cats go on vacation? New York.
Where do you find the titans of classical music in St. George? Classical music on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM. Where do you find the legends of jazz? Evenings on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM.
Welcome back inside the Burns Arena. Dixie State tied at 7 with Hawai'i Hilo. 14:52 to go here in the first half. Trailblazers, through the first 5 minutes of this matchup, just 25% from the field, 2 of 8, 2 of 3 from the outside, however, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. The Trailblazers try to shake off a slow start, and the one way they do that, the insert spark plug Dub Price into the game during the timeout.
Yeah, and the defense looks good. The shell defense, they're looking good against the ball screens right now, but obviously a little bit of a slower start offensively. Trebs just starting this game 1 for 4.
Callahan looking inside Roffler. They'll swing it back out. Callahan holding left wing. Back to Roffler again. Roffler back to Callahan, holding with 8 to shoot. Got to have a shot if you're the Vulcans. Free throw line. Kicking to Baranobas. Baranobas into the left wing. And Eric Watry III will splash home a 3.
A great story. They thought they lost him for the season. He had to have his appendix out, and this is his first game back, Eric. He's been out the entire season because of that, and he hits a 3. He hasn't lost a shooting touch.
Absolutely not. Austin Montgomery is fouled on the other end by Jared Roffler. He picks up the foul. It'll be his first 4th team foul against Hawai'i Hilo. They say non-shooting foul. So Brandon Simpson will trigger baseline left side. With a fresh shot clock for the Trailblazers. Inside, Montgomery, open look, off the window and in.
That really good design inbounds play. Juddy's got a number of those he can go to. That time you get about a 6-footer. Montgomery kisses it off the bank.
10-9, Hawai'i Hilo lead. 14 minutes to go here in the first half. Watry to the near side, Baranobas into the corner, Callahan. Vulcans still with possession, 10 to shoot. Watry to Roffler. He'll jump a three right wing, and he hits.
Well, good help.
Jared Roffler, the big man.
Good help initially by Montgomery, but then Simister did not rotate out. That left him wide open, and he nails another Team D3 and a 4-point lead for the Vulcans just like that again.
If you're counting, that's just Roffler's 7th three-point shot of the season. However, on only 15 attempts, though. 7 of 15 for Roffler from the outside, and a 13-9 Hawaii Hilo lead. And a Mountain America timeout called by head coach John Judkins. He's not happy with what he sees tonight, and a slow start inside the Burns Arena. And hey, you don't necessarily want to call this game a trap game per se, but you know, sometimes you do tend to play down to your competition. And not saying Hawaii Hilo is not a good team, but you look at how much room separates these two teams in the Pac-West Conference. And Dixie State has won 10 games in a row. Every once in a while, you got to remind yourself, kind of pinch yourself and wake yourself up and say, hey, nothing's just going to be handed to us. We got to go out there and take it.
Yeah, no doubt. They got to dominate the paint, though. It's a big advantage for Dixie State. I think we saw that a little bit with that Montgomery bank shot on that designed inbound play. They have a lot more size than Hilo does.
Simister leads for Trevor Hill. 15 feet from the bucket, right side. Trevor still with the dribble, gets inside, loses. But Montgomery picks it up, and his shot is blocked and palmed in the lane. It's going to be a jump ball. And I believe that was Riley Callahan that snuck in and got his hand on that ball. And the arrow is pointing back to the Vulcans. A 13-9 Hawaii Hilo lead, and a great start for the Vulcans. But Dixie State struggling to get going offensively. Quincy Matthews into the game as well. He's another one of those defensive spark plugs that can help lead the offense on the other end. So on the floor for Dixie State, Montgomery, Matthews, Price, Simister, Hill.
Yeah, Juddy continues to go deep in his bench. He's had a 10-man, 11-man rotation all season long. It hasn't changed, or the rotation hasn't got shortened deeper into conference play.
Watry, another three from the left wing. He says, thank you very much. I'm happy to be back in the lineup. 16-9 Hawaii Hilo lead, 12:48 to go.
Out of South Kitsap, Washington.
Quincy gets inside. Hangs can't hit, kind of double clutch, and put it up too late. And here come the Vulcans. 12:35 to go, and it's a 16-9, a 7-point lead in front of a great crowd inside the Burns Arena on this whiteout night.
Got to keep getting Watry looks.
Watry thought about it, decided against it, backs his way in against Matthews, stops the dribble in the paint, kicks it back out. Roffler will leave for Callahan. He's not shy. He'll pull the trigger from outside as well. Doesn't this time, though. Trying to pass to the left side. 2 to shoot. A deep three straight away finds the front of the rim. Couldn't get it to go was Cleo Kane. Montgomery the rebound, hands off to Simister. He'll accelerate inside, off the window. No, and he's fouled. 2 free throws coming.
Well, very evident right now, Carrick, make or miss. Dixie State wants to run and push this tempo up. And obviously, you get the ball with Price on the rebound, quick outlet, and Sims just, you see that open court speed. Probably tried to force it a little bit. Could have probably stopped and popped, but hey, you earned a trip to the line, and Coach Judkins will take that every time. Of course, with that mask on guarding that broken nose, you hate to see Sims hit the ground too often.
First free throw is good for Brandon Simister. And it's a 16-10 Hawaii Hilo lead. 12:05 to go in the first half. Julian Decree will check in. He's another one of those guys where Dixie State is looking for that extra something off the bench. Insert Julian Decree, and he's been instant offense so far.
Man, had fun interviewing him yesterday with Coach Jeremiah Barnes inside my show, and he was a treat, man. A Taco Bowl,
he's character.
Charismatic.
Yeah.
He said, get here early for warm-ups. He's like, I'm going to start the show in warm-ups. He's talking about how he would take Trevor Hill and Dale Youngblood in dunk contest, no problem. He's a fun kid.
Sinister makes both free throws, 16-11. Dixie State pulls back to within 5, 11:50 to go. Media timeout coming next dead ball. Hawaii Hilo to Callahan looking inside. Julian Decree gets caught going for the steal, and a wide open layup for Devin Johnson is good. 18-11. Vulcan lead.
Yeah, he gambled. You said it correctly. Gamble tried to cut in front, and that once that pass got down low, bucket was easily made.
Media timeout still looming on the next whistle. Hill bounces inside. Quincy Matthews, and I think he's gonna get called for a hook. No, it's gonna be Brandon Simister away from the ball. I did not see exactly what happened, whether he was setting a screen or just trying to get open. But Simister called for a foul away from the ball, and that will bring us to the under 12 media timeout. 11:25 to go. Dixie State only 11 points through the first 9 minutes. 18-11 Hawaii Hilo lead. 60-second timeout and back on the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
So I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Courtside, the Trailblazers trailing 18-11. 11:25 to play in the first, and it's a Hawaii Hilo possession. Trailblazers struggling to get going offensively. Let's see if they can get some defense leading to offense. Vulcans with possession. Looking inside at Johnson. Johnson kicking to the left corner. Callahan pump fake, gets Decree off his feet, leaves it inside for Devin Johnson, and he'll lay it up and in. Textbook move from Callahan there to get inside, and then the helper gives the Vulcans a 9-point lead, 20-11. Simister for three. It rattles out. Rebound in Hawaii Hilo. 10:50 to go in the first.
And Dixie State struggling offensively.
Yeah.
There's no other way to put it. Sims is 1 for 3. Trev's 1 for 4. They've only got 3 made field goals. 3 for 12 as a team right now. Not very good. And, they've had a whole week back in their own beds. I'm surprised at the slow start.
The Hawaii Hilo team 6-14 overall, 5-8 in the Pac West. Looking inside, Johnson again, and he'll score easily. It's a double-digit lead, 22-11. 10:20 to play in the first. Dixie State has got to get going. Trevor will drive inside, reverse from left to right. He's fouled. 2 free throws coming. Could have got that one going. That would have brought the crowd to their feet.
Well, Devin Johnson's a high-energy guy. He's got a quick first step, uses his body well. So this is a problem for Dixie State. They've got to find a way to keep him off the block, make him work a little bit harder, keep him a little bit further outside. And that first step right there on that last play, man, he was explosive.
22-11, Dixie State trailing by 11. 10:14 to go.
So keep getting to the foul line like they did right here, and Trev connects on that first one.
Dixie State's last field goal. Trevor Hill's 3-point make. Now check that. Montgomery jumper off the window at the 14-11 mark.
Yeah, it's a 15-5 run, I believe, right now for the Vulcans.
Trevor goes 1 of 2 from the stripe. The Vulcans the rebound, 22-12. 10:10 to play until halftime.
Certainly no panic for the Blazers, though.
Plenty of basketball to be played. We're only 10 minutes into this 40-minute game. Callahan holding right wing. Top of the key to Watry. Back to Callahan for 3. Right wing too short. Simister explodes forward, grabs the rebound. He's got numbers 2-on-1, bounces inside to Quincy Matthews, and he'll lay it up and in with the left hand.
You think those two have done that before? Perfectly timed. Sims waited to the last minute, dumped it to Q, and he hangs and hits.
Watry to answer. Right wing 3 is short. Quincy Matthews the rebound. Outlet pass goes to Simister. Simister head to Wade Miller. Thought about a 3, decides against it. You can see the look on his face like he wanted to pull the trigger, but thought better of it. Quincy Matthews, 15-foot jumper, and he buries it. Quincy, a quick start, and a timeout. Hawaii Hilo, 22-16, just like that. Dixie State back within 6. 9:24 to play in the first. It'll be a 30-second timeout. No, they're going to send them to the benches, so I think we may have. No, they're asking for a 30. It is going to be 30. Let's keep it right here. Mountain America Credit Union timeout. Trailblazers back within 6, 22-16, 9:24 to go. And after a slow start offensively, Quincy Matthews has come in, got a couple quick buckets. Dixie State back to 35% from the field, 50% from the outside.
This is a high-volume shooting three-point team, too. I'm looking at their game-by-game summaries. Against Fresno Pacific back on February 1st, they were 21 of 32 from downtown, Carrick. And then the last 2 games, they attempted 25 and 22. So this is a team that if they don't get up 20 to 33-point shots, then it's kind of surprising, because this is a team that likes to cast, and that you see Watry come down and shoot quick one. You saw Callahan a couple moments ago shoot a quick one. They can go on runs like they have early and got out to a little lead, but nice to see Dixie State with back-to-back Quincy Matthews buckets cut into that lead.
Now the Vulcans averaging about 10 3-point makes per game through all of those attempts. The offense lives and dies on the 3, 22-16. Hawaii Hilo lead, 9:05 to play. Marinobis looking inside. Johnson catches, can't get it to go, and a late whistle. And Trevor's going to get called for the foul coming from the help side, and he can't believe it. All he can do is just laugh it off. And a couple of free throws coming for Devin Johnson. Again, that one came out late. It looked like Dixie State was going to have the ball going back up the other way.
Yeah, again, they gamble too. Quincy Matthews gambles. He's going to come in front and try to front Johnson. Trev comes over. A little bit of contact, enough, I guess, to warrant the whistle, but not a lot, to be honest with you, right there. Trev kind of looked like he was trying to brush by him without fouling him.
Devin Johnson, a 57% free throw shooter on the season, now 39 of 68 from the stripe. Trevor's going to check out. Kyler Nielsen back into the game. On the floor for Dixie State. We'll reset it for you. Brandon Simister, Wade Miller, Kyler Nielsen, Quincy Matthews, Isaiah Clark. Both free throws good for Devin Johnson. 24-16, 8-point advantage for Hawai'i Hilo. 9 to go until halftime. Clark holds. Leaves for Matthews, right wing. 20 to shoot. Dixie State will settle into the offense. Whipping it inside Quincy. One dribble over Johnson. Can't get it to go. Isaiah Clark, no. Wade Miller, third time's the charm. He'll score inside.
Yeah, I thought Q might have been hit on the arm there, but almost got it to drop, but then just steady pursuit of that offensive rebound, and Wade Miller finally finishing it up.
He stayed back to within 6, 24-18, 8:25 to go. Baranobas looking inside, a floater too strong for Cleo Kane. Offensive rebound, Devin Johnson, and he'll score.
Devin Johnson right now is doing work. Strong move again for 12 points tonight.
Nielsen, one dribble, floated with the right hand in the lane, and he'll get it to go. Dixie State now starting to heat up as the teams trade buckets. 26-20. Trailblazers within 6, 7:55 to go.
Nice helper there from Brandon Simister, but I love the aggressiveness on offense. Sometimes Kyler can be a little passive. I love it when he looks to score. He's a good scorer.
Vulcan swinging around the horn from left to right. Three-point shot too strong for Baranobas. Dixie State the rebound. Can cut it to 3 with a 3 or 4 with a 2-point shot here. Nielsen lobbing inside Quincy Matthews, baseline left side. Back to Wade Miller, spot up 3 left wing, and it just died on the back iron but would not roll in. Hawai'i Hilo the rebound. They'll hand off to Callahan and he walks it up.
Never squared up really on that one, just a little bit off.
And Hawai'i Hilo, Cleo Kane will bury a 3 from the left wing, and it's a 9-point lead, 29-20. 7:15 to go here in the first.
They just keep flinging threes, Team D threes.
Simister to Matthews, driving inside, splits 2 defenders and a block by Devin Johnson. But Dixie State will chase down the long rebound and reset with 10 to shoot. Simister floater in the rain, and he gets it to go.
That's a sneaky little play by Sims, so creative. Little teardrop, high arcing, soft touch. Unbelievable how quick he is, and explosiveness. You can see the leaping ability, creating space. He's only 6 foot, ladies and gentlemen.
6:40 to go until halftime. Dixie State trailing by 7. Baranobas trying to skip it to Klain, and it's tipped and stolen by Wade Miller. Across the timeline for Dixie State. Gets inside, he'll throw it up, and he is fouled. A couple of free throws coming for Wade Miller, but first, the under 8 media timeout. 6:29 to go until halftime. 29-22, Hawai'i Hilo lead, but Wade Miller at the stripe for 2 free throws right after this 60-second timeout on the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
There is a place where rocks bleed and nature blushes on a battlefield green with envy, where dimples determine destiny and a tiny wooden tee holds the outcome in the balance. There is a place where friends are opponents and opponents are friends, where the prize is elusive, the conquest is captivating, and the score isn't settled till the drinks are down. There is a place.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to our set here of Talking Point Live. We're just getting ready to shoot our show, but we thought we'd put out a little bit of a promotion so you know when this is going to be rebroadcast.
Right. You can find us at 9:30,
12:30.
4:30.
Sorry. Did I step on you? I'm always stepping on you.
You are.
Tune in and watch me step on Jen Moore. On Talking
Or
Point Live.
attempt to, anyway.
Well, back and forth we go inside the Burns Arena. Dixie State had an opportunity to trim it down to 3 or to 4. Then Hawai'i Hilo went down and made it 3. Since then, Trailblazers have cut it back to 7. You see Wade Miller get fouled. For you TV and internet viewers, he'll go to the stripe for a couple of free throws. 29-22, 6:29 to go until halftime. Devin, your Coach Judkins in that timeout huddle. What are you saying to the guys to say, hey, let's go on a run here before the halftime break?
Yeah, it starts with the defensive end, and, you know, like transition-wise, make or miss, they want to get out and go, and Wade Miller did that, got that rebound, a little bit delayed, but got all the way down the lane and finally drew the foul. I think the transition D is a weak link for this Hilo team, so the Trailblazers want to keep it up and down the court. And nice job hitting 2 free throws there by Miller.
Wade gets them both to go. Dixie State within 5, 29-24, 6:20 to go until the break. Anthony Canencia, just checked into the game. And they'll pass it into the right corner. Will Berghardt knocks down a 3. So another 3 for Hawaii Hilo, and it's an 8-point Vulcan lead, 32-24, 6:04 to go. Nielsen driving into the paint. He'll hang and hit with contact.
And I like that little fist pump from Kyler Nielsen. And the shot he hit earlier was kind of similar, a little floater. Nice job, early offense from Kyler Nielsen. I think they need him to be assertive in this stretch run. Certainly a huge part of the team. Went up strong through the contact and got the and one opportunity. The 6 for 12 is what Hilo is shooting from downtown right now. 50%, 54% from the field. Dixie State, they're raising their percentage up now, 9-22, 40% in this game so far.
Kyler converts the free throw and finishes off the conventional three-point play. Dixie State back to within 5, 32-27. Daylor Youngblood will check in for Brandon Simister. 5:59 to go until the break. Trailblazers showing full court pressure. To Canencia. Across the timeline, and he'll set it up. Loses. Daylor, steal, tips it ahead to Trevor. He gets inside, tries to throw it down, but he's fouled from behind by Baron Obus.
Great job, Hill and Youngblood, the double team trap up high. And then as Daylor's falling, he like shovel passes it forward, and Hill explodes to it and then explodes upright. I mean, unbelievable. He wanted to dunk that, and clearly a hack there. Trev, probably a good thing to catch himself on that rim to straighten up, because he was coming in kind of hot.
You can see him grab the net on the way back down to make sure, hey, I don't really want to end up on my back here. Trevor to the line for a pair of free throws, but how about, like you mentioned, the shovel pass-esque tip, whatever it was from Daylor Youngblood, to keep that alive. Ahead to Trevor, and he makes the first. Now Trevor's kind of grabbing a few of those fingers, though. You wonder if maybe kind of got himself on the net as he was coming back down. You got to choose. Do I tweak my fingers on the net, or do I risk coming down on my back or my face? And Trevor, for the 3rd time tonight, splits a pair of free throws from the stripe. Dixie State within 4, 32-28, 5:30 to go until the break.
Dixie State clearly, though, winning this 4-minute battle, which Juddy is very high on.
Canencia is going to be fouled, and it looked like there may have been a travel before the foul.
Maybe a bailout whistle there, Carrick, because it looked like he had nowhere to go for our television audience. And
he looked like he may have even double dribbled and then traveled before the contact from Daylor Youngblood, but Daylor called for the foul.
I thought Clark was the one that kind of reached in there more. He had a lot of ball there. I didn't even think Daylor touched him.
Berghardt into the left corner. They swing it back to Klain. And that pass tipped out of bounds.
That's a shot clock violation.
Shot clock violation at the same time. Absolutely right. Shot clock expires.
Juddy loves those.
State will get it back.
How about Mr. 5-time, John Judkins?
Trying to make it Mr. 6-time.
Yes, yes. And
in the driver's seat right now.
How fun would it be in the final trip through the Pac-West Conference? Put another championship banner up there. They're in position to do it right now. Hang them in the rafters. Still, though, 5 games to go, including this one for that Pac-West Conference tournament.
Nielsen inside Zach Hunter. Leaving for Clark. He gets stuck under the basket and somehow scoops it up with the left hand on the right side, and he scores.
Well, he almost oversealed his guy to where he was almost out of bounds.
He was on the left block almost.
Yeah, that's a great seal, but it almost put it to where he had to kind of come back and reverse it up and in, but he got it to drop.
I think he's got those long arms. Dixie State within 2, 32-30. 4:35 to go. Dangerous pass for the Vulcans, but it is successful. Berghardt into the paint. Pump fake. He'll float. Dixie State coaches want to travel, can't get it to go. Trailblazers the rebound. Can Tyre take the lead on this possession?
Burkhart did 3 head fakes and a pump fake.
Oh, what a pass. No-look pass inside from Daylor Youngblood to Kyler Nielsen. He lays it up and in, and we are tied at 32. Dixie State.
8 assists on 11 made field goals, and that was a special helper right there. A little no-look quick pass, an easy bucket on the offensive end. And Juddy wants to know if this is a full timeout or not.
Trailblazers, an 8-0 run, and if you go back a few minutes further, a 16-8 run of the last 4 minutes and 42 seconds. It is 4:19 to go until halftime. Dixie State and Hawai'i Hilo tied at 32. It is going to be a full timeout. Let's step away. Let's just take a 30-second timeout, just a 30. Come right back on the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be earthquake next Thursday.
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
4:18 to play, and that timeout was called by Hawai'i Hilo. And how about this, Devin? The Vulcans down to just one timeout for the final 24 minutes and 18 seconds of this ball game. But
yeah, you
Hawai'i Hilo coach not happy with what's going on at the moment. And Dixie State has tied this thing back up at 32, 4:18 to go until halftime.
Yeah, G.E. Coleman, veteran coach in the conference. He knows those, when he feels like it's time to use one. And, this has been a nice little turn of events. And Dixie State has certainly now shook off that slow shooting start. But I love this stat, 8 assists on 11 field goals. Blazers have risen it all the way up to 45% shooting. They started this game 3 for 11. They were 27%. Now they're all the way up to 45%.
Dixie State get one more stop and try to retake the lead. Callahan holding D-Logo straight away for the Vulcans. 4:05 to go until halftime. Tawatri into the corner, Kane. Kane inside Johnson. Wraparound pass to Roffler. They swing it quickly to Watry. 5 to shoot. Kane, deep 2 right side. It rims out. Zach Hunter flies in and gets the rebound for Dixie State. Hand off to Youngblood. Daylor hesitates, drives inside, floats, can't hit. And the rebound to Cleo Kane and the Vulcans.
Pretty sneaky little move by Daylor. Kind of lulled you to sleep, and then the quick step and got room to get that shot off. Just barely missed it.
3:32 to go until the break. Callahan trapped, dribbles out of it, tapped out of his hands, and a foul going to be called against Zach Hunter. There was a little bit of contact, and you can kind of see the look on Zach's face. He kind of knew that he clipped Callahan a little bit, and then he got called for the foul, and Callahan bailed out. Just a quick tap on the arm, and he gets nailed for it. Back in play we go. Watry lobbing inside Johnson, almost looking for an alley-oop. But Johnson wasn't ready for it. It hits the bottom of the net and goes out of bounds. Turnover back to Dixie State.
Yeah, and a lot of turnovers now, 6 in the game for Hilo. Dixie State has done good in that department. They only have 1 turnover so far in the entire first half with 3:13 to play.
Trevor Hill to Zach Hunter. 3-point land straight away. Looking back door to Kyler. Path cut off. Nothing there. Dead back to Trevor straight away. Trev getting in the lane. He'll hang. Can't hit with the left. Grabs his own rebound. Goes back up. A lot of contact. No whistle. Here come the Vulcans. Callahan. Gives to Watry. Vulcans will reset. To Callahan looking inside of Johnson. Nothing there. Out of Kane. Back inside Johnson. Fronted by Zach Hunter. And they're going to say Zach had the opposite arm draped on the back of Johnson. Kind of climbing the ladder a little bit as he's trying to deny the pass. He's called for his second foul in just a couple of minutes. And Dub Price will check in.
It's been a good first half for Hilo. I know they had an 11-point lead that's now evaporated as we're tied 32 up. But on the road, 6 wins in the season. They've come in here and they're taking this game and this opponent seriously. Dixie has a bullseye on their back right now. Everybody wants to beat the team that's atop the Pac-West standings.
Lob in to Jared Roffler. Hands off quickly to Callahan. Callahan bounces to Watry. To Kane, deep 2 right corner, and he splashes it home. 34-32, Hawai'i Hilo lead, 2:25 to go.
I like that Cleo Kane was ready to shoot on the catch.
And a turnover. Nielsen looking inside for Clark. It's tapped away from him. Here come the Vulcans. Watry, pull up three in transition. No. Clark flies in and grabs the rebound, and he will leave for Brandon Simister. And Simister just one three-point shot away from tying Tom Whitehead atop the three-point field goals made. Career list. Doug Price, left foot floater too flat. Off the front iron, Vulcans the rebound, and they'll walk it up.
Almost like it was off his palm. He never got that up and released it high off the fingertips, and that's why it was short.
34-32, Hawaii Hilo lead. 1:50 to go until halftime.
Right now, Trailblazers, I get a stop here.
Watry, right elbow jumper, rims out. Johnson fighting for the rebound for the Vulcans, can't get it. Kyler Nielsen takes it away from him and gives to Simister. Brandon will push it across the timeline, moving from left to right, gets into the paint, off the window. No, they're going to wave the shot off, say the foul occurred at the free throw line.
Well, here's what I'm seeing, Carrick, is Brandon Simister has too much speed for Callahan. He cannot stay with him in a defensive slide. He turned and ran with them there, and Simister's just way out in front, and clearly just a swipe by Callahan. Almost could have called that on the shot, in my opinion. They stay on the floor, but they're still going to the line anyways. The 10 foul, so he'll get his two either way.
Simister misses the first free throw.
Rare miss from Sims. One of the best all-time free throw shooters we've seen at Dixie State.
Brandon, 90% coming into tonight's contest.
Maybe a little bit of the mask throwing it off. It's kind of a custom mask.
Missed both.
Wow.
Ball tapped around and off of Dixie State and out of bounds.
I cannot.
Not going to see that very often.
I don't think he's missed two.
That might be the first time this season.
I haven't seen him do that at home.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. 1:20 to go until halftime. Still a 2-point Hawaii Hilo lead. Kane left wing. Double team, passes out of it. Living inside for Johnson. And he misses the layup. Put back by Roffler, no. Doug Price the rebound, hands off quickly to Simister across the timeline again from left to right. Hesitates, deep two straight away. Rims out, Roffler the rebound.
I like the stop and pop there. Sims was looking at the clock, making sure they got another offensive opportunity, so he went ahead and fired it. That's a heads-up play. Just didn't get it to fall that time.
And then Sia loses the ball, and a foul going to be called. That's the second time that Cannon-Sia has been gifted a foul in that manner. First time was against Taylor Youngblood. Now Simister is going to be called for a foul, his second, and it's going to be 1-and-1 in free throws. Tarek Cool going to check in for Simister, trying to make sure Brandon doesn't pick up his third foul.
Tariq Cool, they like this young man, brought him in. Hasn't seen a ton of playing minutes this year, but they feel like he's got a bright future with this program.
And Sia, front end of a 1-and-1, and he makes it. 35-32, Hawaii Hilo lead, 43.4 seconds remaining. And Sia will have one more free throw, and the Vulcans are going to drop all of their rebounders back to try and negate Dixie State's transition play. Both free throws good. 36-32. Trevor will let it roll all the way up the floor, picks it up at the three-point line. Off the window, no. Rebound to Roffler and the Vulcans. 38 seconds remaining.
Clearly going for 2 for 1 with the clock. Left themselves about 8 seconds differential between the shot and the game clock here in the first half. I like the idea. Trev had a good look.
And Sia to Kane, left wing, 12 to shoot, 21 on the game clock. Roffler, Cannon-Sia for Watry. Just inside the arc, left side, too strong. Tarek Cool the rebound. 10 seconds remaining. Cool across the timeline, hesitates, drives inside, loses, regains, high off the glass and in for Tarek Cool. Down to 3-2. Cannon-Sia, half-court heave, comes after the buzzer. Will not count. Dixie State within 2 at the break. Great move by the freshman, Tarek Cool. Trailblazers trail by 2, 36-34.
Cool, it's the other side of the pillow. I love it. I love it, man. He got it, went, and accelerated through. And then the soft, high-arcing touch. He's a guy that only gets about 6.3 minutes per game. And nice bucket there for Cool.
Trailblazers trailing by 2, 36-34, but if you just happen to tune in, it was a lot worse. It was an 11-point Hawaii Hilo lead early in the first half. So Dixie State has fought back, and they trail by 2 heading into the halftime break. Coach Judkins so good, though, at going into the locker room and making adjustments, so expect some big things in the second half. Let's step away for a quick 3-minute timeout. When we come back, the InfoWest halftime report. We'll give you some Findlay Subaru stats. We'll also take a look around the Pac-West Conference, give you some scores and updates. We'll get you set for the second half. 3-minute timeout and back on the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool. To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs.
And you learned how to not ignore yours.
I discovered how to make healthier meals.
And I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Radio Dixie 91.3. We don't play that. Nope, not that. A big fat no there. That's what we play. And stuff like that. On St. George's only alternative, Radio Dixie 91.3. Oh, and from 9 till midnight, we play this. I need a one dance. And this. Radio Dixie 91.3 FM.
There we are. Hi, I'm Eric Young.
And I'm Jennifer Kohler.
And this is, we're coming to you right before our show that we go live with Talking Point Live. And we just wanted to tell you to make sure you join us Wednesdays at 9:30, live coming to you from the studios of the CEC here on the campus of Dixie State University.
Yeah, and you can catch the rebroadcast at 9:30 when we're not live, and 12:30 and 4:30. Daily, weekly.
Daily. This is like way too much.
Yeah.
I think. But just in case you've got something better to do,
yeah,
there's all those times you can catch it as well. Also, you can catch us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/TalkingPointLive and on the CEC YouTube channel. All right, see you there.
We're basically very catchable.
Well, you are.
Welcome back inside the Burns Arena. Trailblazers trailing it 36-34. But it was an 11-point Hawai'i Hilo lead midway through the first half, and Dixie State turned up the heat defensively, got things going offensively. The pull back to within 2 with Tarek Poole off the window. Just before the first half time expired, Dixie State back to within 2. And time now for the InfoWest halftime report. We're going to break it down. First, give you some thoughts, and then we'll jump right in to some Findlay Subaru stats, and we'll look at some scores and some highlights as well. But Devin, just your overall thoughts on the first half. Obviously, I don't know if I want to call it a lethargic start necessarily. The team was working really hard on defense and moving around, flying around, doing what they could, but just couldn't find the bottom of the bucket offensively, and then got things going late.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking with Coach Winters and Coach Judkins before the game, and they felt like they had to play to their strengths tonight. Transition offense, their size, their depth off the bench. use multiple defense, and really limit this Hilo team to one and done. You look at the rebounding in that first half, and Hilo out-rebounded Dixie State 15-10. I'm sure Coach Judkins will point that out at the break. Execution wasn't there offensively. Sometimes you're lit on it, and there was some stretches there where Dixie State just couldn't find buckets, even though I think they were getting good looks. The shot selection was still really good. And it helps to get some of these guys back in the lineup for Hilo. Eric Watry is a guy that's been out for most of the season. He's got a scores mentality, and he's a streaky shooter. Well, he's hot in that first half, and you look at Hilo statistically in that first half, they shoot 13 of 30, but 6 of 13 from downtown. That's why they have a 2-point lead. They shot 46% from beyond the 3-point line. Also, were 4 for 4 from the line, and again, Dixie State down in the rebounding, -6 differential. I was looking at the wrong statistic there, but 22-16. But either way, my point on the rebounding, that's something Juddy will point out. You look at some of the things that probably were surprising me. I think it was surprising that Dixie State only had one more bench point than Hilo. I didn't think this Hilo team was necessarily really deep, but they played a lot of different guys and got some bench points and production in that first half. And they want to win. They got to continue to have that happen in the second half as well. You look at Dixie State shooting the ball 38%, Hilo 43% from the field. And Dixie State, again, this has been a scary trend this year. He's missed some free throws, and rarity, you never see Brandon Simister miss free throws, and he missed 2 in this game. And then obviously they were on the same sequence there back-to-back, and they were 8 of 13 as a team.
Trailblazers trailing at 36-34. Let's look at some first half highlights. We'll continue breaking this thing down. Brandon Simister made the first Dixie State field goal. He's within 1 3-point shot now of tying Tom Whitehead atop the 3-point field goals made list. Trevor Hill had one as well, and then after that 3-point shot, it was ice cold from the field for Dixie State.
That's huge, though, because Trev can blow by you, so if you hit one of those, they have to respect you. You took another one a few minutes later, but didn't make it. But Hilo was feeling it. There's Watry right there from the left wing. Bang, he got that one to drop through. One of their 6. And then inside, I think the big thing was Johnson had a big first half. Devin Johnson goes, 5 of 7 from the field, 5 rebounds, 12 points. He was a man in that first half. Quincy Matthews gave him a quick spark. Back-to-back buckets here for Q, but then we didn't see Q the rest of the half, and it looked like he was aggravated and checking with trainer Colby Hoffines in Mount Sports Medicine, so I hope he's okay.
Hawai'i Hilo got another 3-point shot. That was Berghardt on that one. They, like we said during the broadcast, they will shoot tons of 3-point shots. Here's that one where Clark nearly got trapped under the bucket, still got it to go. And this is one of my leading candidates for the play of the game. No look, kind of look off the defender and pass it inside from Daly Youngblood to Kyler Nielsen, and he gets it to go. So the Trailblazers lead it 36-34 at the half. Devin, if you're in the locker room right now talking to the guys, your coach Judkins, you're saying, look, we're only down by 2, and we played probably one of our worst halves of basketball overall this season. What's the message? What are you saying to come out in the second half?
Well, he's going to point out the rebounding. Obviously going to point out the fact that they're bringing more intensity. They're hustling the balls. I don't think he liked the 8 points in the paint from Devin Johnson. He's going to want them to work harder defensively on him. Maybe commit a foul or 2 on Johnson if they need to, so he doesn't get free reign on that explosive, quick first step. Cleo Kane's got to have a little bit more attention. He's got to be defended a little bit better. He was 4-8 from the field in that first half. So, there's some things right there. That's plenty, isn't it? And then, obviously, Juddy's always got a little something. Every game's a little bit different wrinkle. He'll find a button to push it to get these guys to respond. And Dixie State, when they trail at the half, mark my words, this is a second-half team. Juddy always makes some great in-game adjustments, and we'll try to pry exactly what they are out of him in the postgame, and he probably won't tell us.
Dixie State trailing by 2, 36-34. This is the InfoWest halftime report. Let's step away, another 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll give you some Hearst Hardware Pac West scoreboard updates, look around the conference, also some other scores from around the country, college, NBA, you name it, we'll have it. Take a 2-minute timeout and wrap up the InfoWest halftime report right after this.
There is a place where young and old make connections, where kids feel like grown-ups, and grown-ups feel like kids. There is a place where beauty arises in contrast, where wonder is universal, and laughter second nature. There is a place where friends find a future, Families find each other, and feelings find their home. There is a place.
Retired school psychologist, and helping people was my thing. After my stroke, when Meals on Wheels started, I was on the other end of the stick, so to speak. And I appreciated it very much, the attention that was given. My name is Julius Gaines, creative writer, poet, photographer. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
Fast-paced family life in need of a slowdown?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. Did you know all those green shapes on maps are parks and forests? It's true. Visit discovertheforest.org and plan to visit a park or forest near you, instead of just wondering what it would have been like.
While the word forest might make you think of distant lands from far, far away, please note parks and forests are closer than you think, which means things like beautiful scenery, fresh air, and family time are also closer than you think.
Welcome back inside the InfoWest Halftime Report. Trailblazers trailing 36-34. Carrick Segmiller and Devin Dixon with you courtside inside the Burns Arena. Hard to believe, but the regular season winding down already. And we might as well, we call him Mr. Five-Time. We might as well start calling Coach Judkins Mr. January and February, because it's life, death, taxes, and Coach Judkins' team going on a 10 or 12 game winning streak through January and February. And that's what we are in the midst of. Dixie State sitting atop the Pac-West standing. It's time for some First Ace Hardware Pac-West scoreboard updates for you as we take a look at what is going on inside the conference tonight. Now, a little earlier today, Hawaii Pacific knocked off Fresno Pacific 86-66. And really, that's going to be the only update we can give you at this point, because all the rest of the games are Pacific time games. Biola is at California Baptist. That's one that you can look at, Devin. We'll look at as this game progresses. Biola knocked off Azusa Pacific a couple of weeks ago, and it's a team that has come on late. If you don't take them how you should, they can beat you. So we'll keep an eye on that one throughout the night, see how it goes. Dominican is at Azusa Pacific tonight. Chaminade is at Concordia. So there's another big matchup inside the Pac-West Conference tonight as well. What do we got? College basketball.
Well, you got some West Coast games going on right now. How about number 11, St. Mary's, number 12, Gonzaga. Zags looking for some revenge on the road after losing at the Kennel earlier this year. They're up 11, 26-15, about 7 minutes left in the first half. USC in Arizona. Arizona's only lost 3 times in Pac-12 play, and they have a 2-point lead early on. Kentucky's lost 3 straight times. Wow. That's 3 straight losses for Kentucky, with a road trip to Auburn coming on Wednesday. The last time the Wildcats finished 500 or worse in SEC play was 2009 when Billy Gillespie was in charge. And then one great game today, Michigan State hangs on by 3 over Purdue in that battle between number 3 and number 4 in the country, 68-65. Also number 2, Virginia falls at home to Virginia Tech. First ACC loss for the Cavaliers. They lose 61-60. Number 1, Villanova winning over Butler by 11. Those are some of the notable top 25 college basketball games from around the country. Jazz are off tonight. BYU did win in overtime, and Utah at the half is up 40-24 at home against California.
There you go, Hearst Ace Hardware. Pac-West and NCAA men's basketball NBA scoreboard update for you. Like I mentioned, we'll keep an eye on that California Baptist Biola matchup throughout the night. Trailblazers trailing 36-34 at the half as we get set to go inside the Burns Arena for second half action. Again, another quick look at some first half stats for you. Just a reminder, Dixie State 38% from the field, 12 of 31 in the first half, 2 of 5 from the outside, 40% there, but missed 5 free throws, 8 of 13 from the stripe, 61%. Leading scorers, Brandon Simmons with 7, Kyler Nielsen with 7, 6 points for Trevor Hill, 4 points each for Wade Miller and Quincy Matthews, and 2 points each for Austin Montgomery, Tara Cool, and Isaiah Clark. Same starters to start the second half. Brandon Simister, Zach Hunter, Trevor Hill, Kyler Nielsen, Isaiah Clark. For the Vulcans, they will go a little bit differently. Will Burkhart going to start the second half with Jared Roffler, Cleo Kane, Brandon Baranobas, and Devin Johnson. So Riley Callahan not getting the start in the second half. Dixie State with possession, moving left to right across your radio dial here in half number 2. Simister holding, left wing. Looking inside to Zach. Great look, and Zach will flush it home with 2 hands.
Another assist for Brandon Simister. Unbelievable. His 4th of the night in the 2-hand throwdown. I love the explosiveness. Don't settle for the layup when you can throw it down with 2 hands. Oh, yeah.
Dixie State tied up 36-36 with Hawai'i Hilo. 19:30 to play. Inside to Johnson. Kicking it back out, Kane. Leaves it for Roffler. At the Burkhart. Burkhart hesitates. No look dish inside to Johnson. He's patient and lay it up and in.
Yeah, I like this kid. He's playing well. 14 points now.
Simister leaving for Zach. He'll step into a 3 straight away. Leaves it short. Grabs his own rebound. Flies to the bucket. And runs over Brandon Baranobas. Offensive foul. Turnover back to the Vulcans. 19:07 to play in the second. Dixie State trailing by 2. 38-36.
That charge block. Tough one to make for the official. I don't know if we can see that again real quick or not, but missed the 3 and then wanted to get all the way to the rim. Maybe should have settled for a little 10-foot jumper there.
Under 19 minutes to go. Just over 1 minute gone by here in the second half. Teams have traded buckets. Still a 2-point lead for Hawai'i Hilo. Kane inside loses, stolen away by Isaiah Clark, and he'll lead for Simister. Simister up the near wing, leaving it to Trevor Hill. Trevor drives inside and a blocking foul against Brandon Baranobas. And Baranobas is incensed. He better be careful. He may get himself a technical foul, kind of running away from the...
Well, that's 4, so
yeah.
He's really frustrated because now he's going to have a long sit on the bench. He should have gave ground. He thought he was still moving, but he was square. Yeah. I can understand in your head thinking that there, but that's clearly the right call. And sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. Again, like I said a little bit earlier on the charge by Hunter, that's the hardest call to make, and you're not going to get them all.
Dixie State a fresh 30.
We have 4, though. Why even risk that? Just move your feet and give ground.
Brandon, 10-foot floater in the lane. Off the front iron, rolls around and falls in. We're tied at 38, 18:30 to go. Brandon Simister tonight, team high 9 points.
Yeah, 3 of 6 shooting, 1 of 2 from downtown, looking strong. But still 4 assists, too, doing his job as a point guard. Distributing the basketball. Him and Trev and Youngblood. Kyler's got a couple assists tonight. Everybody kind of getting in on the act. Good deep
turnover. Clark. Isaiah Clark going to force a turnover. Dixie State has it the other way. Simister pops a 3. Bang! He's tied with Tom Whitehead atop the 3-point field goal make list. He needs 1 more to be the all-time leader.
Brandon Simister, I love the stop and pop. You can't defend that. He just gets it in flow, in rhythm. Hey, Tom, you got company.
1 more. And Brandon Simister will be the career 3-point leader, and a bump on Kyler Nielsen going to be called as he was guarding Eric Watry. Dixie State a 41-38 lead. Its first lead since leading 7-5 with 15:05 to go in the first.
And needs 1 more tonight. Probably get it, Garrick. He probably knows. You probably told him, didn't you?
Watry jumps a 3, left wing. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound at the Kane. He'll fire a 3 straight away and bury it. We're tied at 41. Are they going to say it's a deep 2? A deep 2 for Watry. And Dixie State maintains a 1-point lead, 41-40. 17:20 to play in the second. Trevor. He'll jump a 3 right wing. It's short. Zach Hunter chases down a long rebound. Trailblazers reset. Trevor, D-logo straight away. Swings to Kyler Nielsen. Kyler gets a screen, drives into the lane, and he's fouled. And a couple of free throws coming for Kyler. It seems like the referee on the first attempt couldn't get the whistle to ring out the way he wanted it to, and then had to get it again.
Coach Judkins pulling Brandon Simister over to him on the sideline, pointing out what he wants. Nice little conversation. You know, Brandon is the extension of Coach Judkins on the floor. And it's been a really good fit having Jeremiah Barnes, a former point guard player for Coach Judkins, back on this staff. As you see Kyler Nelson hit on the arm there, clearly a foul.
Kyler makes the first free throw and misses the second. Isaiah Clark, offensive rebound, putback is blocked. Zach Hunter's got it, and he's fouled on his putback.
Oh, what a rebound by Slim. Clark gets that first one and missed it. Might have been fouled the first time. And then Hunter goes and gets it. I think they knew, and I'm sure Juddy pointed out the rebounding differential in that first half, like we talked about inside our Info West halftime report. They look a lot more assertive on the offensive glass.
And, excuse me, not Brandon, Zach Hunter makes the first free throw. Theo Kane was called for the foul. It was his first. Third foul against the Vulcans here in the second half. Dixie State a 3-point lead. Both free throws good. And Trailblazers have a game-high lead of 4 at 44-40, 16-58 to go in the second. Gonna be Watry working on Nielsen. Three-point land straight away. Angling to the right, stops the dribble, back to Burkhart. Burkhart bounces to Johnson. Johnson holds. And he's fouled by Isaiah Clark. And it's Isaiah put both hands on him.
Well, and that's okay. I don't mind that foul because Johnson has got 14. He's been really assertive tonight. He's out on the wing. That's the only thing Juddy might not like is he's a ways away from the basket. But he's so strong. He fights through contact. And Clark did come up and put a pretty good bump on him.
Inbound pass goes to Watry. Watry gives it to the right side. Gets it right back left wing into the corner. Roffler. Roffler looking for Burkhart, right wing. Burkhart, jab step. Gets Simister off his feet, drives inside, kicks it back out. Kane, one dribble, deep two, right wing, no. Trevor Hill the rebound for Dixie State. And Trevor going to push it across the timeline. Trevor bouncing inside, two-hand bounce pass inside to Kyler Nielsen. He catches and scores off the window.
Yeah, there's Trevor right on the point there. Him and Brandon Simister almost interchangeable and great bounce. And man, Kyler Nielsen's having a quiet, nice night, just sneaking up there with 10 points now with double digits and a steal.
Simister forces a turnover. Trevor the steal. He'll try to lob to Kyler, catches, and then off the leg of Roffler and out of bounds. Kyler smiling about it. So he wasn't quite ready for that one. 15:55 to go in the second. Dixie State leading 46-40. Take a 60-second timeout. Come right back to the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
There is a place where the sun doesn't hide in the winter, where the greens stay green and the crimson canyons still glow. There is a place where dimples determine destiny, and a tiny wooden tee holds the outcome in the balance. There is a place where we drive for show, putt for dough, and settle the score with another round. There is a place.
Where do you find the titans of classical music in St. George? Classical music on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM. Where do you find the legends of jazz? Evenings on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM.
15:55 to go. Dixie State leading it by 6, 46-40. The Trailblazers in the second half outscoring the Vulcans 12-4 to help build a 6-point advantage. With 15:55 to go into the second.
Yeah, really good start to the second half. Just like we talked about, Juddy got them motivated in the break. They come out, shooting the ball great. Second half, 4-7. Getting the line still. And back up above 42% in this game. And meanwhile, Vulcans in that first 4-minute battle did not get a three to drop. So obviously coming out really contesting at the three-point line. You can see Burkhart on that one of those final trips before the media timeout. He was in triple threat, but right up in his grill. Could not get a clean release off on that shot. Had to drive in, and Dixie State ended up getting a takeaway.
Referees were checking with the scores table to make sure it's Brandon bounces inside to Zach, and he will score off the inbounds pass. Referees were checking to make sure that they had the timeout count right. Indeed it was. Hilo used 3 in the first half.
Now I count Zach curled there, and they got it right to him under the basket. That's a couple times tonight. The design and inbound plays have led to easy buckets. Go back to the first half. Montgomery had an easy one. Isaiah Clark had an easy one.
48-40, Dixie State an 8-point lead, 15:30 to go. Kane to Burkhart. Touch pass inside Johnson, and he's fouled.
Fronting him again, and Jody didn't like that. Just nice entry, and Johnson just drop steps. Now it's 4, I think. 4 personal fouls on Zach Hunter.
15:24 to go. And those will all come pretty quick here in the second half.
Yeah. But he's playing well, too.
Yeah.
He's shooting the ball extremely well. Got 5 rebounds, 6 points, but 4 fouls.
First free throw from Devin Johnson, no. Of course, second half inside the Burns Arena, you got to deal with the Stampede student section and the curtain of distraction.
Is that what we're calling now, the curtain of distraction?
That's what they call it at Arizona State.
Yes.
Maybe we need to come up with our own thing here. Johnson misses both free throws.
Oh, man.
Trevor the rebound. It's certainly a curtain, and it's distracting.
I love that. No, I didn't know that's what they called it. I think that's perfect.
15:15 to go in the second. Dixie State an 8-point lead. Simister fakes the pass, fires a 3. No, he missed it off the right side. That would be the record breaker. Love when he does that fake pass. Worked to perfection, just couldn't get it to go. Hilo the other way, leaving for Johnson. Johnson hangs, can't hit. Ball tipped by Simister. Trevor chases it down. Trevor, 1-on-2 in transition. He'll slow it up. Holding left side. Inside to Quincy. Quincy spinning back to the left. He traveled.
Yeah,
Yep.
Shuffled the feet, changed the pivot foot. You saw it, I saw it. The official was a lot closer and saw it as well.
14:48 to go in the second. Dixie State turns it back over. A few Boo Birds ring out, but it's the right call. Trailblazers leading by 8, 48-40. Callahan will walk it across the timeline near side. To the free throw line, kicking it back to Berghardt for 3. Right, left wing. Too strong. Trevor Hill the rebound. Trevor looking inside for Quincy. Catches in transition, can't score. Tip put back by Kyler is good. Kyler's having himself a night. He's got 12.
Yeah, and a little fist bump. I really like his assertiveness offensively. Q hung as long as he could. Maybe a little too worried he was going to get fouled there. Probably should have finished, but at least he missed it to the weak side where Kyler could tip it back home.
Dixie State by double digits for the first time tonight. 50-40. Watchery. Oh no. Oh no. That cannot go against Trevor Hill. Watchery slipped and fell into Trevor Hill, and Trevor's going to get called for the foul.
Official emphatically saying he pulled him down.
No.
Let's see it again for our CEC TV audience. Did he pull him down there? He did extend out, but I don't think he actually grabbed and latched on.
Wow.
I could see though.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a touch.
Could have thought he pulled.
And another foul. Is it Trevor again on the inbound pass?
Uh-oh. Foul situation now.
And that's 3 fouls against Trevor Hill, and he's going to have to check out of this ball game. Gaither Youngblood will check in.
Well, the depth of this team is certainly one of their biggest attributes. Yeah. But you still hate to see Zach and now Trev with 4 and 3 respectively with still 14 and some change left in this second half.
Watchery swinging it back to Kane, right wing, looking for Roffler. Roffler trapped in the right corner. He's going to be forced to call a timeout. And the Hawai'i Hilo with 13:57 to go is out of timeouts. Trailblazers lead by 10. It's a full timeout, 50-40. Let's take a 60-second timeout. Come right back on the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
Every year, 40% of all food in the U.S. never gets eaten.
40%. That's almost half the food we produce.
Food waste is a serious problem. It impacts all of us.
And it's expensive. Your family is throwing $1,500 a year in the trash.
We're working hard to put food waste on the chopping block.
And you can do the same at home.
Learn how to cook it, store it, and share it.
Just don't waste it.
Go to SaveTheFood.com.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
$13:57 to go. Dixie State leading by 10, 50-40. The Trailblazers have pushed this lead back out above double digits. It'll be Hawaii Hilo possession. Out of the timeout. Baranobas, how about this? Baranobas is going to check back into the game with 4 fouls. Riley Callahan has 4 fouls as well. Those are 2 of your leading players, and you can't leave them on the bench. Callahan drives inside. His shot is blocked by Isaiah Clark and out of bounds. 4 seconds on the shot clock.
3 blocks tonight by Clark. That's his 3rd block.
Here we go. Watry to trigger baseline, right side. Only 4 to shoot for the Vulcans. Leaving it inside to Kane. Out to Roffler. 30-foot 3. Didn't hit rim. And Dixie State will get it back on a shot clock violation.
Oh, Coleman is hot. He is walking and stalking the official. He is fired up right now. Not a happy coach for Hawaii Hilo. G.E. Coleman, excitable guy.
Trailblazers lead by 10, 50-40, 13-40 to go here in the second. Youngblood bouncing to Simister. Brandon back to Daylor. Daylor inside Isaiah. Back to Brandon. 3-point land straight away. To Youngblood. And he'll hang it hit inside.
Yeah, with Youngblood and Quincy Matthews on the court right now, you got some athletic wings still. Even though Trev's in a little foul trouble with 3, you still got some guys that can slash and score.
52-40, Trailblazers by 12. Callahan to answer. Nope. Can't get it to go. Isaiah Clark gets the rebound. He's going to run the floor. Finally finds Simister to Wade Miller, right wing. Just push that 3 a little bit. Offensive rebound. Quincy Matthews. He can't get the putback to go. Wade Miller rebound. No. Again, shot block. No foul.
Wow. The boards. Emphasis at the break for Coach Judkins, and they continue to hit the offensive glass. And Hilo doesn't have time to, they watch it, try to judge it off the rim, but they're not boxing anybody out. And it's just wave after wave of offensive rebounds for the Trailblazers.
Wade Miller at the stripe makes the first. 13-point Dixie State lead. 3 substitutions for the Trailblazers. Austin Montgomery, Dub Price, Tarek Cool come in. Simister, Matthews, and Clark going to get a rest. Should note, as Wade Miller makes the second free throw, you get a look for your TV and internet viewers. Take a look at Austin Montgomery's mustache. He's rocking a new mustache. Baranobas loses, and he's fouled by Dub Price. Dub trying to argue that it should have been a jump ball. But Dub going to pick up the foul.
A lot of fouls been called.
That's 1 and 1
tonight. They're definitely not a free-flowing game. A lot of reaching going on. He started to bobble the ball, and Dub's wrapped inside that.
Right
It's
call.
a foul. You can't let that go.
12:53 to go here in the second. Dixie State a 14-point lead. Front into the 1 and 1 is good for Baranobas. Lead trimmed down to 13.
G. Coleman's still pretty hot right now on the Hilo sideline. He's working the officials.
And a technical foul against Coleman. And he's walking after the official. He may want out of this one.
He's fired up.
And he is still yelling at the referees.
He's just trying to fire his guys up right now, fighting for his team, because this has been going on. I think the officials finally had enough. He continued a couple trips now, working the officials, and he finally got the technical foul.
Oh boy. Pac West update for you. I said to keep an eye on this one. California Baptist 49-19 at the half over Biola.
Wade Miller hits both free throws. Juddy barking out his instructions for his guys right now. Chance to build on it now. A 13-point lead. This is getting away from Hawaii Hilo. Dixie State has come out and put the pedal down in the second half.
And now pass to Tarek Cool. 12:50 to go. They go back and forth, lobbing inside. Dub Price catches one more pass to Montgomery and a two-hand flush on the baseline left side, and he's fired up. 15-point Dixie State lead, 57-42. 12:35 to go. Baranobas to the baseline. Good defense by Dub. Pass tip by Daylor Youngblood. Watry will chase it back down across the timeline. Shot clock down to 15. Leaving for Baranobas. Baranobas lobbing inside Johnson. Help defense by Daylor. Misses the shot. Montgomery the rebound. Here comes Dixie State. Cool across the timeline. Swinging it right to Daylor. Drives, fadeaway jumper, right side, and he hits. Dixie State can do no wrong right now. 17-point lead, 59-42.
And they can't stop the clock. Coleman's out of timeout, so not much he can do except wait for the media at the next whistle.
Baranobas for three off the right side. Dixie State the rebound. Coach Judkins wants him to push it still. Dub inside to Wade Miller. Pass tipped and stolen. Good look, just a little bit late on it. But Kane loses. Wide open on the far sideline. He dribbles off his foot and out of bounds. Media timeout, 11:43 to go. Dixie State leading 59-42. We are in the middle of a big-time run for the Trailblazers. An 18-2 run over the last 5 minutes and 25 seconds. 60-second timeout, right back on the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
Your lucky fan is in section 111, row R, seat 1. All right, let's get ready for the kiss cam. Travis. Here we go, come on now. Lock her up. Cowboy Dave. Johnny boy.
Back inside the Burns, Dixie State an 18-2 run to take a 59-42 lead. And Tarek Cool across the timeline giving Youngblood. The Tarek Cool right wing three, too strong. Dub tips it out. And Daylor Youngblood will chase down the long rebound. 11:25 to go. Youngblood, no look pass to Tarek Cool, leaving for Dub Price. Right side jumper, too strong. Rebounded Johnson and the Vulcans.
Dixie State already has one more rebound and we're still 11-14 to go in the second half. Then they had the entire first half. That's how assertive on the glass on both ends they've been.
Watry will set the offense up for the Vulcans. They have just 2 minutes in the last 2 points in the last 6 minutes. Johnson is fouled by Austin Montgomery, and Austin can't believe it.
Probably could have been a no call, but I think Austin emphasized the contact, and I think the official thought he was trying to sell it too much, so he just called the block on him. He looked to be pretty square, Carrick. Kind of came up chest high, took the little bump. Johnson does give him a little bump and extend a little bit with the arm. I mean, maybe that's why he went down, so I didn't catch that extension of the arm live.
Johnson misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Montgomery the rebound, and here comes Dixie State. 10:53 to go here in the second. And Hawai'i Hilo scored just 6 points in the first 10 minutes of this half. Wade Miller, spot up three, left corner, too strong. Ball tipped around, Kane the rebound, and he's fouled by Austin Montgomery.
Yeah, reached in there trying, kind of got caught.
Check that, they're calling it on Wade Miller.
The rebound came to the
My
ball.
apologies.
And then boom, they were both there, kind of both reaching from either angle. You can see Montgomery's there. Miller with the hand slap.
I couldn't see that.
We were blocked
from my angle.
Got Juddy, 6'5".
Good thing we have
Winner, 6'7".
It's a good thing we have this monitor here for this end of the floor. Kane makes the front end. He'll get one more. And into the game comes Phillip Beck, sophomore guard from Miami, Florida.
Kane's been good tonight. He's got 13 after he made that last free throw. 14 for Devin Johnson. Watchery hasn't really shot a lot in the second half.
10:37 to go. And here comes Dixie State. Dub inside. Avoids the defender and lays it up and in and one. Johnson going to be called for the foul. Dub will get it to go. The Trailblazers lead 61-44 and Dub with the line to try to make it a three-point play.
I probably thought that should have been a no call. It looked like Johnson was pretty set, but at the last second as the contact came, he kind of spun his hips. And I mean, I think that's why maybe the official thought he wasn't square.
Dub misses the free throw. And here come the Trailblazers. Dixie State struggled a little bit in the Hawaii Pacific game, shooting free throws in Honolulu as well. Tip stolen, and here comes Tarek Cool. Tarek surveys his options, gets inside, he's tripped, but he's able to pass the ball still, and a layup no good for the Trailblazers. Here come the Vulcans. Watry steps into a three in transition, leaves it short. Rebound to Baranobas. He'll fire a three. It's blocked by Montgomery. Youngblood comes down with it ahead to Tarek Cool. Cool will slow it up right wing. Good decision. Let some of his teammates get down there.
Tarek Cool, he's got to be careful. Looked like he carried the basketball a couple of times. He likes to turn it over.
Cool to the left side of Youngblood. They'll bounce it. Looking inside to Montgomery. Tipped away. Wade Miller's got it. And his shot is blocked out of bounds. And Wade's just standing there saying, where's the foul? He said, I certainly didn't try to throw the ball over there. Of course, it was tipped, so Dixie State will get it back anyway.
Got 10 on the shot clock, so you got to maybe go to one of those quick hitter inbound plays, try to get a quick shot, maybe down the block. They've been susceptible.
Cool baseline left side will lob to Trevor Hill, just check back into the game. Trevor catches, swinging to Cool, pump fake right corner, one dribble to the left, 3-2 strong from the wing. Here come the Vulcans, 9:28 to play. Pass it to Kane. Kane back to Watry. 35 feet for the bucket, three-point land straight away. Swing it back around to Baranobas, working on Dub Price. 17-foot jumper left side, and it rolls around and in.
Dub gave just a little bit of cushion and he faded away, get that shot off, and a much-needed bucket for the Vulcans. They have not been able to score efficiently in the second half. They haven't been able to get out run. They haven't really been able to execute offensively. It's been all Dixie State in half number 2.
Price, left elbow jumper, good.
It's too easy. He was floating around the key, enter it in. He turns around, nobody there. Of course you're going to hit that shot. High percentage shot, Dub Price.
63-46. Trailblazers lead it by 17. 8:35 to go, and a foul. Tarek Cool is going to foul Phillip Beck. So Cool will pick up the foul. His first double bonus coming for the Vulcans. Julian Decree. Brandon Simister going to check back into this game. Phillip Beck to the free throw line for a pair of free throws. Misses the first off the left. Julian Decree check it back in. Brandon Simister check it back in.
Trailblazers character have outscored the Vulcans 29-10 in this second half. Comfortable lead here.
Can't let the foot off the gas though. Keep going this final 8:36. This point in the season. Got to keep that edge.
I thought maybe the technical Coleman got might fire his guys up a little bit, but it really didn't help, didn't make a difference.
Beck makes 1 of 2 from the stripe. 63-47 Dixie State lead. 8:33 to go. Simister back into this ball game. Will he get the record-setting three-point shot tonight? Hill. To Kyler Nielsen. Kicks to Brandon. Drives inside. Finds Dub. Left elbow jumper again. Short. Rebound to Baranobas and Hawai'i Hilo. Baranobas pushes across the timeline. One-on-one with Trevor. Leaves for Callahan. Callahan behind the back dribble. Hands off to Baranobas. Right to left is Baranobas. Kills the dribble left elbow. Looking inside. And great defense by Dub Price. Forcing an errant pass. Trevor the steal. Bouncing inside to Kyler. And he's fouled. Can't get it to go. What a look from Trevor Hill. And that'll bring us to the under 8 media timeout. 7:53 to go in the second. Dixie State 63. Hawai'i Hilo 47. Kyler Nielsen off a pair of free throws after the 60-second timeout of the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
What's Beethoven's favorite fruit? Banana.
$150/90.
180 over 111.
160/110. I had a stroke.
This is what high blood pressure looks like.
You might not feel its symptoms, but the results from a stroke are far from invisible or silent. If you've come off your treatment plan, get back on it, or talk with your doctor to create an exercise, diet, and medication plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org.
If I would have followed a treatment plan, I would not be in this situation.
63-47, Dixie State leading it, 7:53 to play inside the Burns Arena. As Kyler Nielsen breaks the huddle with the rest of his Dixie State teammates for a pair of Fabulous Freddy's free throws. Fuel it up, wash it down, and save at the two Fabulous Freddy's locations here in St. George.
Yeah, don't forget to get that unlimited car wash club membership, $25 a month. You can wash your car as much as you want all month long, and every Tuesday you get a free VIP inside and out. If you're a member, go check it out at either Southern Utah location. It was an interesting exchange coming out of the timeout with Coach Maya Barnes and Trevor Hill. They were joking about something. Everything kind of loosened up a little bit. Now they've got that lead.
Kyler Nielsen misses both free throws. Hawai'i Hilo the rebound. Still a 16-point lead for the Trailblazers. 7:45 to go. Still a lot of basketball to be played, so can't sit back and relax just quite yet. Callahan to Johnson. 13 to shoot. Shot clock already winding down. Burkhart, right wing. Dribbles through the legs. Tip taken away by Trevor. Here we go. 2-on-1. Trevor leaves for Kyler. And a lob back to Trevor. It is tipped away. Brandon comes up with it. Brandon skips it back to Trevor left wing. And Trailblazers to set up the offense. Trevor leaves for Brandon. Right wing three on the way. Bang! 3-point leader at Dixie State. 146 career threes for Brandon Simister. He is your 3-point leader.
Wow, record book time. Hey, that was a deep three, Carrick. Deep right angle. Nothing but the bottom.
6:55 to go. Dixie State leads at 66-47. Trevor Steele. Here we go. And he'll flush it home with two hands.
Unbelievable. Pouring it on now. Defense leading to offense. Two-hand, high-rising flush for Trevor Hill.
Trevor's got just 8 points in this game, but Dixie State a 21-point lead, 68-47, 6:35 to go. Burkhart. Back to Johnson, tipped by Decree. Julian wants to chase it down. He wants this shot at a dunk, but he can't get it. Here come the Vulcans. It's Beck, stolen by Decree. Hand off to Simister, 6:15 to go ahead to Trevor. Trevor drives inside, he'll leave for Kyler and lay it up and in. 6:10 to go here in the fourth, and the second half. Dixie State is pouring it on, 70-47. As we await the next dead ball, so PA announcer Roger Christensen can make the announcement about Brandon Simister becoming the all-time 3-point leader here inside the arena. Simister across the timeline. Johnson missed it for the Vulcans. Here comes the Trailblazers. It'll be Decree holding. Back to Dub Price. Driving the end line. Bounces to Kyler. Leads for Julian, and he'll flush it home with two hands.
He wanted one, didn't he? He got it. Dunk.
Hey, Kyler's saying, hey, you owe me dinner after that one because I could have laid that one in. I know how much you like to dunk. 72-47. Callahan for three, and he'll make it. Deep three right wing. 72-50. 5:20 to go, and this game is completely opened up. Brandon leads for Trevor. Trevor back to Brandon. Another three, right corner. Yes. Why not? Here we go.
And another one for Sims.
75-50. Dixie State leads it by 25. Simister with 18 points. It's Beck to try to answer from the corner. He can't get it to go. Dixie State the rebound. And the Trailblazers have built a 25-point lead. Simister is fouled on his way to the bucket. We'll have a foul. And here comes.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. With that previously made three-pointer, Brandon Simister becomes the career leader in Dixie State University.
Let's see if we can get a replay of that record-setting three. Here's the one. That's the three. Set the record for Brandon Simister. Love it. Love it.
And they let them have it inside the arena.
A little wave, Brandon.
Free throws.
Wave. You can wave. He's smiling.
He's smiling. He's not going to acknowledge the crowd. A couple of free throws coming for Brandon with a 75-50 lead. 4:50 to go. He had to let that one go for just a minute. And let you hear the crowd tell the story inside the Burns Arena, giving their senior point guard, a local kid. It's fitting that he was popping up all over the record books, because he has been heart and soul of this team for the point guard position for the last 3 seasons, and he's going to check out now. Tarek Cool will check in. Brandon Simister's night is most likely done. He makes both free throws, and he will end the night with 20 points on 6 of 10 shooting, 4 of 6 from the outside, 6 assists as well. 77-50 Dixie State lead, with 4:35 to go in regulation. Watry to Roffler, and it's stolen by Quincy. Quincy in transition. He'll lay it off the glass and in. Quincy Matthews is stealing the score. He's got 6 points tonight.
Yeah, can't do anything wrong right now. Everybody's getting in on the act. These guys are going to get some stretch minutes here, the last 4 minutes, to try to get some buckets. They work just as hard as these starters in practice.
Watry for 3, left corner, too strong. Youngblood snatches the rebound, and here comes Dixie State again. They're still pushing it up the floor. Whipping ahead to Quincy. Catches, takes it back out, Tarek Cool. We are under 4, media timeout coming on the next dead ball. Wade Miller handing off to Quincy. Back to Youngblood, bouncing inside Montgomery. Quick turn and shoot for the left hand off the window and in.
I like the way Quincy's played tonight, playing well.
Dixie State with a 31-point lead, 81-50, outscoring Hawaii Hilo 47-14 in the second half.
Halftime adjustments, just what Juddy wanted. Started with the rebounding, got the intensity up, and then the execution just continued to flow. Defense leading offense.
And a steal for Youngblood, and he's fouled in transition. And he goes up like he wanted to dunk it and go through the legs and dunk it, but that certainly broke up a fast break. That'll take us to the media timeout. Dixie State 81, Hawaii Hilo 50. The guys having fun inside the Burns. 3:18 to go in this one. 60-second timeout back on the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
Radio Dixie 91.3. We don't play that. Nope, not that. A big fat no there. That's what we play. And stuff like that. On St. George's only alternative, Radio Dixie 91.3. Oh, and from 9 till midnight, we play this. And this. Radio Dixie 91.3 FM.
There is a place where the desert comes alive, where rain breaks forth from solid stone and gardens spring from blistered rock. There is a place with enough color to make a rainbow jealous, where boulders are bigger than buildings and cliffs are higher than clouds. There is a place that will straighten your step, tighten your grip, widen your eyes, and open your jaw. There is a place.
3:18 to go. Dixie State a 31-point lead. It's hard to imagine back to that first half, about halfway through it, when Dixie State was trailing by 11. They have turned it around, outscoring the Vulcans 47-14 in the second half. Taylor Youngblood at the stripe out of the timeout for a 1-and-1 as he was fouled on his way up the floor to try to stop a fast break. Front end of it is good. Taylor's got a 5 points tonight. Dixie State extends the lead to 32, 82-50. All substitutes on the bench right now, or excuse me, on the floor right now for Dixie State. Quincy Matthews, Tarek Cool, Wade Miller, Taylor Youngblood, and Austin Montgomery. They go inside to Johnson. Taking it back out, Kane, left elbow jumper, no. Wade Miller chases down the rebound. Over to Youngblood. Taylor pushes across the timeline, leaving for Tarek Cool. Cool holding left wing. Waiting for Wade. Wade hand off to Quincy. Quincy back to Tarek Cool. Through the legs dribble, back to Youngblood, 10 to shoot, inside Montgomery. Spinning to the baseline. Reverse scoop and score, up and under Austin Montgomery. There you go.
Man, he can cover a lot of ground, Carrick. That's a huge drop step, and then to wrap around, reverse those long arms.
And now he's tugging on the jersey, asking for a sub.
Haven't seen that before.
85-50, Dixie State by 35, and Johnson slips away from a defender and lays it up and in. 2:25 to go. Dixie State leading by 33.
Juddy actually asked me, "Do you want it?" I said, "Yeah." Juddy wanted to leave him in.
Derek Cool for three, right wing. No, Quincy will chase down the long rebound. Gives to Taylor. He tried to float it inside for Cool. Catches and leaves for Montgomery, and he lays it up and in. And a timeout called to get Montgomery out of this ball game. So Montgomery will have 10 points. Just saying it's a substitution timeout. Don't need to stop the game any longer than that. 2:01 to go. Clark back into the game. Montgomery to the bench with 10 points.
I don't know. I mean, I guess you got to get you out when you're winded, but man, you're having fun. You got back buckets. I want to stay in the game.
Dixie State by 35. Watry. Guarded by Quincy Matthews, crossing over the left. Get it back out to Gahn. Gahn floats it, stolen, saved in by Tarrant Cool to Quincy Matthews. Quincy inside off the window. No, of course it couldn't get it to go. Didn't have a great angle at it. Hawai'i Hilo the rebound.
I was impressed he just got that good of a shot off. I mean, that was toughing.
Watry for three, right wing, rims out. Taylor Youngblood the rebound. This one all but over. 1:15 to go. Dixie State 87, Hawai'i Hilo 52. Outscoring the Vulcans 53-16 in the second.
11 straight. Chance to tie the D2 era inside this homestand. Still 2 more games coming up.
Youngblood floater from the left side. He gets it to go. He's got 8 points tonight.
Ben's playing well again, Carrick. I'm kind of getting used to this, accustomed to this great play off the bench.
Johnson, he'll lay it short off the window. He's fouled by Isaiah Clark. A pair of free throws coming
39
for Devin Johnson.
Now the number of bench points tonight for Trouble. 39 bench points.
And that's an integral part of this team, though. You talked about the depth earlier. And that's what's helped Dixie State go on this now 11-game win streak, is that there's not a lot of drop-off. You see it as Johnson makes the first free throw. You see it on nights when Brandon Simister doesn't play. You see the difference there. But on nights when he's playing and they're just going to the bench, it's there's not a ton of drop-off.
I like how Cool's come in tonight, though. I think he's maturing. He's getting better over the course of the season, working hard in practice, and I think it's showing tonight.
Second free throw rims out. Fight ensues for the rebound. His tap is out of bounds. Hawai'i Hilo will have possession. 43.3 seconds remaining. In a fresh 30 seconds, Watry trigger baseline right side. Holding, no timeouts left, so we got to get it in. Finds Gahan. Gahan, right wing three, air ball. And Dixie State the rebound.
Well, remember the pregame we're talking under 60 would be a great number to hold the Vulcans to tonight, and they're going to be 53, maybe 55, 56 if they hit a late three, but that's a great effort on the defensive end.
Dixie State have to take a shot on this possession. Still a 6-second differential between shot and game clock. Wade Miller bouncing inside of Quincy Matthews, right block. Runs into Jonty Travel. He doesn't like the call, but I think it's the right call. He spun and he ran into Johnson. Johnson's holding his ground. He came down and the feet kind of moved a little bit. I don't know if we'll get to see it again. 13.9 seconds remaining. Inbound pass to Canencia.
He doubled there quickly by Johnson. If he gives that up big side, I think he can get a bucket there.
Gahan, left wing three. No. Rebound Johnson. Put back. Yes. Clock will stop with 1.2 seconds remaining. And now it's inbound, and that'll do it. Dixie State wins this one 89-55, and the Stampede section is throwing toilet paper.
Yes, Dwight out.
On to the floor to celebrate the victory. 89-55, Dixie State 17-6 overall. 14-2 in the Pac-West, 11 straight games.
These guys can ball, Carrick. This team is really starting to continue to peak.
And another big one coming up next week, Hawaii Pacific in town for a grudge match. With the matchup from last week, in Hawaii. Trailblazers win it 89-55. Deb, your quick hitter thoughts on this second half before we toss the break for a minute.
Yeah, Brandon Semester, all-time leader, three-point field goals made, and then got an extra one on top of it, passing Tom Whitehead. Certainly he's going to get all the storylines coming out of this victory and what ended up not being a very close game in the second half. He ended the night with 20 points, 14 for Kyler Nelson. Montgomery had 10. Devin Johnson led the way with 19 for Hawai'i Hilo. But Brandon Semester, hard worker and humble kid. He worked so hard in the offseason, senior season. And the local product out of Desert Hills High School, it's all about him tonight. Fun night for him. And he goes into the record books and still a lot of games to kind of add to it, Eric, as they say.
Absolutely a fun night inside the Burn. Dixie State 89, Hawai'i Hilo 55. Trailblazers now 11 games on the win streak. Let's take a 3-minute timeout. Come back with the Johnson Pediatric post-game report. Back in 3 minutes on the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
Are we good? Yeah. There we are. Hi, I'm Eric Young.
And I'm Jennifer Kohler.
And this is, we're coming to you right before our show that we go live with Talking Point Live. And we just wanted to tell you to make sure you join us Wednesdays at 9:30, live coming to you from the studios of the CEC here on the campus of Dixie State University.
Yeah, and you can catch the rebroadcast at 9:30 when we're not live, and 12:30 and 4:30 daily, weekly.
Daily? This is like way too much,
yeah.
I think. But just in case you got something better to do,
yeah,
there's all those times you can catch it as well. Also, you can catch us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/TalkingPointLive and on the CEC YouTube channel. All right, see you there.
We're basically very catchable.
Well, you are.
There is a place where looking out means looking in, where an impression lasting only a few seconds will be imprinted on a life forever, where courage is forged and innocence rediscovered, where remembering is rewarding and forgetting unforgettable. There is a place where truth is felt and where seeing is believing. There is a place.
Where do you find the Titans? Where do you find the Titans of classical music in St. George? Classical music on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM. Where do you find the legends of jazz? Evenings on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM.
So, I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
holy names, and that will be senior night. And boy, do you want to talk about a senior night that will probably be a little emotional around here with 6 seniors, and a lot of those guys have been around 3-4 years. Brandon Simister, Kyler Nielsen, Trevor Hill, Zach Hunter. I mean, you're talking about guys that have been here for a long, long time, and Dixie State basketball going to look a lot different next year. But, hey, let's not look forward to that too much yet. It's Dixie State. A fun night inside the Burns to win it 89-55 as the Johnson Pediatric postgame report. Brandon Simister, it's all about him tonight, really. We're going to try to get him on the postgame as well. We're efforting that. I think we will get him out here as well as coach. He becomes Dixie State's career 3-point field goal made leader. He made 4 tonight, so he set the record and then made 1 more for good measure, and he's made 147 career 3-point shots tonight.
Yeah, and it was
in his career, not tonight.
And it was just similar to what we've seen all season long and all career long, really. He doesn't ever force it. He's not a jackknife 3-point shooter. The only time he really takes threes is either the stop and pop or within the framework of the offense when he's floating. It helps to have Trevor Simister, Daylor Youngblood, other guards on this team that can really drive and then kick. But a lot of times tonight they were off the bounce and off a curl. And a lot of fun to see how this thing played out tonight. And Simister ends up 6 for 10, 4-6 from downtown, 4-6 from the free throw line. He shoots just as good from downtown as the free throw, and he's a 90% free throw shooter, ladies and gentlemen. How about 6 assists, so still distributing 20 points and a record-setting performance. 14 for Kyler Nelson. He goes 6 of 7 from the field tonight. Hill only had 8 on 2 of 9 shooting, but had 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and 4 steals. You had 8 for Daylor Youngblood, 7 for Wade Miller. Austin Montgomery had 10. But all things considered, 11 different guys scoring buckets tonight again. And the rebounding in the second half, they blow by the Vulcans. 39 bench points tonight, a lot of points in the paint. Nice win. It didn't look all roses that first half. It was a slow start for the Trailblazers. They trailed by 11 at one point in the first half, and yet there was no panic. There was still a long way to go, and slowly but surely they got back to playing Coach Judkins' Trailblazer basketball in the style that he really demands from his guys.
And it was fun. Guys were having fun. You could tell they weren't having as much fun in the first half. He got into them a little bit, I'm sure, in the locker room. They came out and just enjoyed themselves, everyone laughing and joking and having a good time. He put up 89 points in this game and limit the Vulcans to 19 points in the second half. I mean, that is the key right now. And we want to talk about, Brandon Simister as well. But you forced 17 turnovers in this one, only turned it over 6 times. And off of those turnovers, you get 25 points, and you get out 12 fast break points with very much the same. You force a turnover, and then you get out in the fast break and score. And Dixie State able to win this thing 89-55. Let's go to some highlights before we break this thing down any further. And we've got a fun post-game show for you. Hey, Ryan Sanchez in the house, former assistant.
Yes.
For Dixie State.
Zach
Good
Hunter.
To see him. Zach Hunter getting the flush. A lot of dunks in the second half.
Yeah, and you mentioned it was fun. It was fun. You're dunking. You're hitting threes. There's the stop and pop straight away by Sims. That was the second one of the night, I believe. He only had one
tied
in the first
record.
Half. Correct. And then Kyler Nielsen off a pretty feed. Kyler with 14 points tonight. And then another pass. There's another flush, 2 hands by the mustache man himself, Austin Montgomery.
Comments coming from his parents about that one later in the show. Dub Price lays it up and in. With the foul. Got the and one. Trevor, the record setter. Here it is. Brandon Simister, right wing 3, buries it. 146th career 3-point make in a Trailblazer uniform. And how about Trevor Hill? A steal and a slam on the other end, and then making sure he didn't kick Roffler in the head on the way back down.
Yeah, and then Trev saying, okay, Julian, you get in on the act too. Look at the little, what was that? A little excitement. Here's the one that puts him one up on Tom Whitehead in the history book and wide open. The rotation comes late, in rhythm. Quincy Matthews played well off the bench tonight. Nice little runaway lay-in for Q.
And we can see Austin Montgomery. What an athletic move. And then he went right down the other end and tugged on his jersey. You make the play of the night and then come down and tug on the jersey. But, man, he looked pretty good in his minutes tonight, and Trailblazers getting the win 89-55. I thought about this during those highlights as we were looking at it. We're talking about how the night is all about Brandon Simister. You mentioned this during the broadcast too, but how about a quiet, sneaky good night for Kyler Nielsen tonight? 14 points, 6 of 7 from the field, did miss 3 free throws, grabs a couple of rebounds, dishes out a couple of assists in 27 minutes of play, and we're not even saying a word about it.
Yeah, he was sick during that last homestand, and he wasn't feeling well trying to fight through it, but you can tell he's back fully healthy, little fist pump on a couple of them. And, kind of a couple floaters early off the bounce, and really, I think that fueled him to just a really efficient night. I mean, what else can you say? Going 6 for 7 from the field, and part of the process for Kyler. I mean, great high school player, comes from a talented basketball family. Started his career up in Cedar City at the high school, then went to SUU, and then comes down here, and he's really made Dixie State his home. He's fit in so well to what Coach Judkins is trying to do, and man, nice to see him play well again tonight. Just a couple more home games for the fellas that are seniors on this team. And obviously this one's going to resonate, be fun, because now you got a whole week to enjoy it. And you got ready for 2 more, and senior night coming, and you put yourself in a prime position to be the number 1 seed in the Pac-West tournament. With the regional rankings that count are going to come out this week. It'll be interesting to see with what Seattle and Western Washington. There's some good teams out there. I don't know if Dixie State will be maybe 3, maybe 4 right there at the top of the rankings.
That will be really interesting to see. Right now, if you look at there's the D2 Sports Information Directors of America, the D2 side of West Region poll right now. And the latest West Region poll there, Dixie State was at number 2. And if they continue this thing going, I mean, you're looking at a situation where you're looking at a year this year where maybe if you didn't lose some of the games early that you did, you're in a position to maybe host this year. But I think that's out of the question now. But Dixie State has certainly played their way back into a position to say, if we finish this right in the regular season, we might not have to win the Pac-West tournament to get into the field of 8 in the West region. But Dixie State winning this one 89-55. We do have Coach Judkins making his way out. We've only got 1 extra headset.
You know who he's talking to? Jackson Last.
Yeah, that's what I thought so.
I know a lot of people very interested on Jackson.
Where's he
next
gonna
level.
Go play?
Dixie's already offered him, from the best of my knowledge, and they've been on him for a couple of seasons now. But there's been some late interest from some other in-state schools, and I saw some of the coaches, Coach Winters and Coach Jeremiah Barnes, at a Dixie Hurricane game earlier this week, and Juddy himself was there last night out in Hurricane as they played Desert Hills. Jackson had 27, so he leads the state in scoring, by the way. For those of you that don't know who Jackson Last is, 26.6 points per game for Hurricane High School.
Brandon Simmons are going to come over, but he's got to take a family picture first. So he takes the family picture, gets some stats from Steve Johnson, the sports information director. Let's give this man a headset.
Yeah, Brandon.
My first question, Brandon Simmons, as we bring you into the Johnson Pediatric postgame report. We're sitting over here. You're getting a standing ovation from this crowd, and you didn't so much as lift a pinky to even acknowledge him. What's up with that?
He smiled.
Give a wave.
He did smile.
You did smile.
Yeah.
Give a wave or something, but wow, what a game tonight. 20 points.
I think it's pretty overwhelming to think about. I didn't really know that was even close when I came into this game or anything, and then Trevor kind of leaned over to me like 2 minutes before I hit that shot, and he's like, "Hey, spot up, you're close to the record or whatever." And so I was like, "All right, I'll just start start spotting up."
You made sure it was a good one too. You're out here on the Trailblazer logo, and you buried that one. So
it was. You know what? There's a lot of kind of emotions that come to you when something like that happens. I thought about just all the time I've spent here with my teammates and all the shots that I've taken, and then just kind of the great experience that I've had being a Trailblazer. Like, I've loved my time here, and it's just it's a little bit emotional. It's really it's a special experience. It's kind of weird, but I'm very grateful for that opportunity.
Yeah, we're not quite thinking about senior night and stuff quite yet. We got a lot of basketball that we play in this Trailblazer uniform, but man, what a game tonight! You go, 20 points, and then your 3-point shooting kind of helped these guys shake off a little bit of a slow start and lead your team to the win. But what's going through your mind as you make that shot, and then you get going up back to the free throw line? And I've given you a hard time without not waving or anything. What's going through your mind when you step up to the line? And that was quite the ovation. Almost 4,000 strong inside the arena tonight, most of them on their feet, giving you applause.
Yeah, no, I think it's just overwhelming, gratitude, and just grateful for this opportunity to play the game that I really love, and just all the coaches that have helped me get to this point. And I think probably the most special part was being able to go to my teammates and have each one of them kind of just congratulate me. I don't know, I love this team. I'm really grateful for all their support and everything that they bring. Their friendships are things that I'll cherish forever. Like you said, it's kind of winding down for my career, but these are the things that I'll never forget. Like playing Hilo tonight, having the win, of course, is good, but the relationships that you have are really what matters the most. So
what's clicked, Brandon, for you guys? 11 straight now, 2 off the 13. It's the all-time streak high in the D2 era.
Yeah.
What from the inside perspective, from a player's perspective, is working so well with you and your teammates?
I think we have a lot of guys that are unselfish. Like, I'm sure you guys remember at the end of the year, at the beginning of this year, Trevor, he was scoring 30 points, 25 points. You know, he's putting up some big-time numbers, which we need him to do sometimes. But I feel like everyone just kind of adjusted their role. For instance, Trevor's just become an incredible playmaker, and he's making everyone better. Defensively, he's putting tons of effort into that. And then he's just making the game easy for everybody else. So Trevor's a huge part of our success, I believe. And then everyone's just coming off the bench and really accepting their roles. Like, nobody cares if they start or not, but I feel like when everybody comes in, they bring positive contributions, and I think that just took a little while for us to be able to figure that out at the beginning of the year.
How much fun are you guys having right now? I mean, that first half was, a little bit of a slow start. I'm sure Juddy got into you a little bit in the locker room.
He always
we
does.
won't repeat what he says. He might not be able to on the radio, but you come out here in the second half, and it's all smiles. People laughing, joking, having fun, steals, fast breaks, dunks, three-point shots. You just were flat out having fun out there tonight.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's fun when you're unselfish. That's really when the game becomes most fun to watch. I'm sure. I feel like that's when the crowd got into it. But, yeah, I think we just brought some intensity. And like I said, Coach, he made some adjustments and talked to us about bringing some energy, especially on the defensive end. And then offense always takes care of itself when you play D. So
if guys in the truck, if we can roll that record-setting 3 one more time, I'd love to have, Brandon, you kind of describe the moment and kind of that play, if we can get that one queued up again. Passing Tom Whitehead. Then you got another one from the corner for good measure tonight. Hey, you were 4 or 6 from downtown, but you're only 4 or 6 from the free throw line. How come you missed 2 in a row on the line?
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I got to get back to shooting the free throws in the gym by myself, I guess.
And they may have vacated the truck for a minute. I don't know if we're going to get that one, but
that's okay.
That's a good thought. But that's all good. But, man, Brandon, thanks for stopping by for a few minutes and just joining us. It's been a fun ride, and here we go. We got it for you. They're there. And just take us through that shot. I mean, you're working it around, kicking it back out to you. Of course, it was Trevor that made the pass, too.
Yeah. Like I told you before, like literally the possession before, Trev said, "Hey, spot up," and then I saw him call for a ball screen. I'm like, all right, I'm getting out on that 3-point line, and I just caught it and let it go. And I told Trevor after, I think he said shot 146 or something like that. I was like, you're probably responsible for about 100 of those. So I appreciate you getting me open all the time. So, it's been a great opportunity to be able to play here and play with just great players and great people.
We're pretty humble, Brandon, because you had 6 assists. That was a team high tonight as well, just so you know.
So, it's been fun to have you here. And like I said, though, 4 games left in regular season, plus
a lot more after that.
Plus Pac West tournament, plus postseason, NCAA tournament as well. So this season, far from over, but let's take care of business. Hawaii Pacific next week.
Absolutely.
Holy Name's coming up, senior night, and then the big road trip in California. And I missed you guys in Hawaii, but I promise you I'll be there every step of the way the rest of the year.
No problem. Appreciate you, Kerry.
Thanks, Brandon.
Congrats. Enjoy your night,
Brandon.
Brandon. Brandon Simister, the man of the moment.
Man of the night tonight, getting a big hug from Lynette, head coach Judkin's wife. And we're going to have Coach Juddy here on him. We got a lot of guys in the house tonight. We saw Ryan Sanchez is here. Mason Sawyer is in the house tonight as well. Saw him. Don't know if get a chance to talk to Money Mason. We're off the air tonight, but
would
good to
you
see
rather
the guys.
talk to Money Mason or
exactly.
not?
I would. I would actually. Fun guy to be around. Coach having a conversation before it comes over and joins us. But let's start talking about some awards.
Dad's Trucking Player of the Game. We just talked to him.
Yep,
clearly,
exactly.
Dad's Trucking delivers you Brandon Simmons tonight, your quality service carrier, running strong since 1988.
Signing autographs now.
Yes.
Can I get one of those?
He's got a line of kids that want autographs. You got to love that. Juddy just gave him a little tease.
He said the same thing I did. I just asked him the same thing. He didn't sign my paper though.
Look how wet he is. He said he was in Hawaii. He's so wet. They just drenched him with water in the locker room. It was pretty funny. It kind of reminded me that when I won my 500th win, they just drilled me. They got him worse than they got me.
I love it.
So it was pretty good.
Word on the street that there's this toilet paper thing at the end should have been maybe a little familiar to you as well. I've heard they used to do that at Utah State.
Utah State, that was great until they started calling it a technical foul.
Oh, they do it during the game?
That was the first
first basket.
Really?
Basket. When you made a first basket, they threw it, and it looked like it was snowing. And they were smart. They would sweep them up, and then the next game they'd go out and sell them. The rolls that didn't come out, they'd sell them again for $1. So everybody'd buy them and they'd throw them again. Oh, it was great. And they started calling technical fouls.
How are you going to get up to the Raptors to get some of that hanging up there?
I won't even get up there to touch the banner. So I imagine.
Man, that's scary up there. I've been up there before.
Please don't. We had a coach in Region 9 fall off a ladder.
Yeah, we don't want
this
that.
week. Don't get up on a ladder to get that.
Was that Todd? I wonder why he wasn't coaching last night.
Yeah.
He fell off a ladder with his Christmas lights on.
Lacerated his kidney and had 4 broken ribs.
Ribs. HIPAA rule.
So you don't get up on a ladder. And Coach
No,
Langston,
let
if you're
somebody
listening,
else
we
do.
wish you the best in your
I
recovery.
didn't know that. Darn. Good luck, Coach.
Yep.
So
Boy,
anyway, that was crazy.
What a night
that was
tonight,
two
Coach.
different halves, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
It was
Certainly
first
was.
half of like, hey, let's give them some confidence, and the second half, it's like, okay, let's
take it back from them.
Yeah, we're tired of showing them they think they're that good. Let's go out and play our way. And again, that one, Deb, you probably wanted a camera in my locker room at halftime.
I know.
I was
Rebounding wasn't good. You were all after it.
It was. I got pretty hot, so I'll keep it that way. Nope.
Okay.
Didn't break anything, but
again,
they came out and they played well. I mean, to hold that team to 19 points the second half, I mean, they shot 24 threes. They made 21 threes one game, so we knew they were going to shoot it. I thought we got out on them, make them dribble a little bit more. The first half, we were kind of like, I don't want to get out there, and then they're hitting it. Once we started getting out and getting them off the three-point line, we were a lot better defensively. Then they only got 2 offense boards the second half. Did a lot better job on number 4. Number 4 hurt us that first half. He was above his average with 12, and what did he finish with? 19. So we held him to 7 that second half, and a lot of those were foul shots. So again, a good game. Good. I thought our bench gave us a good little spark. I circled, points in the paint, 44 to 16 was huge. 25 to 4 points off turnovers. We started getting in the pass lanes, getting some tips, and that's kind of when we pushed our lead. Our defense leads to good offense, and then our bench, 39 to 12. I thought that was big tonight. But what a night for Brandon. I mean, he, I thought the first couple shots he shot early in the game, I thought he kind of maybe rushed them. He shot that one hook shot. I don't know where he shot that one from, where I think he's worried about getting a block, and he kind of put it behind his head. I said, hey, if he blocks it, but don't change your shot. Just go. And then he got comfortable. He had another one right there that I thought he should have shot. He did, and he kind of drove it a little bit. I mean, great penetration kick. Those are the threes I love when guys drive and kick, because you're shot ready. You see the ball come to you. It's an easier shot. But I'm happy for him. He did some neat things for us.
I mean, how fitting is, I said this to him, how fitting is it that he makes the record-setting three-point shot on a pass from Trevor Hill, a guy that has probably been responsible for a number of those open looks on that drive and kick, but they just were clicking.
Well, we
again
thought
tonight.
that this year too. We thought it would be nice to have Trevor could play a little bit more point. We thought, but we do this little motion stuff, which is doing that, getting Trevor to drive, and then he's got some kicks to Kyler and to Brandon, and Brandon's shooting the ball. That must be that mask, because he's shooting it well. The only thing he didn't do, the only thing I surprised on his stats really, I mean, he's 6 for 12. 4 for 6 from a 3, but his foul shots, he missed 2 in a row. Yeah, that's not him. I mean,
I don't think that's ever happened.
Yeah, so that was surprising. His 6 assists were great. He did some good things, and he got 2 quick fouls. And sometimes when you get those quick fouls, you kind of stop being aggressive. And so I kind of got into him a little bit. Say, hey, just get out there and pressure and keep doing what you're supposed to do. And he's had a great 4 years here for us, and he doesn't want to end. Like he said, I heard a little bit of what he was saying, and. This is a special team. These guys love him, and it was fun the second half. It was a lot better. We saw our teamwork. We saw our bench better. Everything was better the second half, and that's what we got to keep doing. We got to get better every day, and I thought that 20 minutes of first half was not getting better every day.
Take us inside what it's like to coach a Brandon Semster, because you've said a lot of times he's an extension of you on the court.
Well, he's an extension of me on the court because he has to be a coach. He has to be a coach on the court. He has to get us going. I was probably not as good a shooter as he was. I was more intense defensively, and I got into it pretty good. I got in a couple of little push and shoving brawls. But, I think I told his mom and dad this. One thing I've always been really hard on Brandon was he just got to play more aggressive, and he's got to be a mean guy on the court. He doesn't need to be a mean guy off the court. You know what I mean? He's got to fight through a screen now and then. He's got to maybe drive it, knock somebody over once in a while. I've seen that in him this year. Now he's got a broken nose and he had his teeth knocked out. But he's being that tougher guy, not letting guys take advantage of him, because I think his first couple of years, guys were getting into him and he was backing away. He's not doing that anymore. He's pushing back and being aggressive, and that's why I think he's playing so much better. And him and Trevor have been playing great. He should have got it last week for Player of the Week.
Man.
And
that was a snub.
Now he plays good again, and we only have one game, so he's probably not going to get it again because of the one game. But he's playing well. And like we said, at this time of the year, your best players got to play good. They got to play great. And right now, him and Trevor are doing that. Again, I thought Kyler played good tonight.
Yeah, he goes
6 for
quiet
7.
Night, yeah,
6 for 7. He did miss 3 foul shots. He missed 2 in a row again. You're not going to make everyone, but you got to at least make 1 out of 2 every time you go there. And he came up 0 for 2 at one time. But I thought he had 3 assists, played well. Trevor gets 4 steals. Got us kind of pumped up going that way. When he gets going and gets active hands and gets some steals, our team really starts to pick up their defense. I thought Daylor got a lot of tips. Cool played a little bit more minutes than he's ever have, and his play before the half I thought was good. He scored right there at the end of the before halftime. So our bigs, I thought Slim played better the second half. Didn't score a lot, but he was defending. He was rebounding.
3 blocks. He had 3.
Yeah, he was doing what we asked him to do. And Julian didn't. His knee was hurting him a little bit, I guess. I don't know. Austin kind of waited till later, and then he started to play a little bit. That big guy kind of took it at us a little bit there at first, and then our guys kind of woke up and started to play. So we got to get those 3 bigs. I know Devin says it all the time. It's the deepest we've had our 3 bigs, but we got to get them playing all the time and playing good. We can't have 3 play good one night, and the next night all 3 of them don't play good. Somebody's got to play good every night, and it's nice to have those 3 guys.
Dixie State winning 89-55. We're talking with head coach John Judkins inside the Johnson Pediatric post-game show, and the Trailblazers win their 11th straight. And I can't believe I haven't mentioned this all night. But congratulations, Coach. First team to clinch your spot in the Pac-West tournament tonight.
Yeah,
so
I didn't think of that. That's true.
The first team to book your journey to Riverside. Of course, that's pretty much a given over the last few years to go and be in one of those 6 teams to play.
That's one of our goals. I mean, you look at our goals, you got to take those little steps, and that's the first one, get to the tournament. And then you got to go, win the tournament, and everything kind of falls into place with your little things. So this is something we'll bring up again next week. Hey, we got there. Now let's, like I told them at the end, hey, we got 4 left. 4 left. We win the next 4, we're champs. Let's take 1 at a time, and 4 left, and 2 of them are here. 2 of them are here, so we got to get. Great crowd tonight. Almost 4,000. That helped a lot. We got to get guys here on Saturday playing HPU. They're good. They played us really good there in Hawaii. They're really physical and play hard. And then Monday our last home one, and then we go on the road. So it's been fun. It's been fun coaching these guys, and we're not done. We're getting better and better every day. And if we play like we did the second half tonight, I really like our chances.
What was the goal defensively? Keep them under 60,
63. Then I challenged them to 55, and they scored that last little play right there at the end. But,
that's a great defensive effort, though.
Yeah, 19 points to a team that kind of runs and guns and shoot threes. I was happy. They didn't slow it down and run the shot clock down. I mean, sometimes you're going to see scores like that because, like Virginia, they kind of milk the shot clock down. These guys didn't. So to hold a team to 19 points like that, I was very happy with our defense.
Good win. 11 in a row, Coach.
Let's keep it going.
2 away from 13, which is your.
Again, I'm glad you guys keep those kind of things. I just want to keep.
I think you secretly do.
When my career's over, I'll look back and we'll laugh and think, "Oh, do you remember that?" I said, "Yeah, I do remember that." No, but again, the thing is, we're winning. We're trying to get better every day. We got a deep bench. I know you, Deb, you brought that up a lot on your show of how deep we're going.
I can't remember a season where you've stayed 11 deep.
It's nice to have that. It's nice to have these guys, and that's what they got to realize. They got to stay together. I know some guys want to play more minutes than others. You should want that. If you don't want that, then you shouldn't be playing the game. You know what I mean? But you got to support the guys that are out there when they come off or whatever. You got to keep supporting them, and these guys are doing it. The second half, you saw that. So thanks again, and we'll see you next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
Nice Appreciate it.
Thank you. Congratulations one more time, Brandon Simister, the masked man.
There it is. Rest of the season, the masked man. Trailblazers win at 89-55, and I mean, you talk about handing out awards tonight. I mean, it's Brandon Simister's night. He's your Dats Trucking Player of the Game. How do you not have your Les Olson Play of the Game be the record-setting 3-point shot? I thought Daylor Youngblood had another good play on kind of the look-off, no-look pass inside to Kyler Nielsen as well. There was a Trevor Hill steal and slam and a Julian slam. So there's similar good candidates, but on a night where you make the record-setting 3-point shot, I don't think there's any question.
Yeah, no question about it. Brandon's going to sweep those awards tonight, and very well deserved. You look at don't we have a Porta Subs super sub of the game?
Porta Subs super sub of the game.
That's probably really the only
the toughest
question mark
one tonight because 39 bench points. And so you take a look at all of those guys who come off the bench. And
Montgomery with 10.
And like Coach said, those would kind of come on. He scored 3 or 4 late in that one, 10 points. You got Wade Miller had 7 points in this game.
Q had 6,
but on 3 of 9 shooting from the field. How about Daylor Youngblood, though? 8 points for Daylor, 3 of 4 from the field, 2 of 2, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals.
Yeah, good call.
I think that is your Porta Sub super sub of the game tonight in this one. So there you go. Brandon Simister owning 2 of the awards. Daylor Youngblood, your Porta Sub super sub of the game. And, we look ahead to the next week and Hawaii Pacific coming in.
And what I love about this team is they're starting to find different ways to win. Some nights it's unselfish. Some nights it's dominating the glass. Some nights it's shooting lights out from outside the line. Other nights it's the bench production or points in the paint. I mean, they can play different styles. Tonight they wanted to push the tempo, evident by 89 points. So I like that transition offense when they're getting out, make or miss, and running. That's the key. So this is a dangerous team. They're really continuing to just get better and better. That's scary for the rest of the Pac-West Conference and maybe the rest of the country.
So Dixie State, like Coach said it, 4 wins away from an outright Pac-West title and the last go-round in the Pac-West Conference before heading to the RMAC next season. But we will take it one game at a time, and it starts next Saturday right in this very arena. Hawaii Pacific in town for the grudge match. And like Coach said, it was a very tough physical game in Honolulu last week. And look for the Sharks to bring that same effort. And like you said during the broadcast, Dixie State got that big red bullseye on their back, on their chest, wherever you want to put it. It's there. It's everywhere. As the rest of the conference wants to be the one to knock off that Pac-West leader. And, there's a couple of guys. There's a Pacific, even Point Loma's back up there in the mix again. Chaminade, Cal Baptist, those guys are waiting and scoreboard watching. And you want to just take care of business, try to win this thing outright.
Special thanks to our CEC crew. Great job again tonight. And Emily, thank you so much back in the ESPN studios, helping us get on the air this evening. All our sponsors, thanks for being part of the Trailblazer season. Not done yet. We got a week off. And make sure and get out and see some baseball and softball.
Yeah.
I mean, you've missed a few games this weekend, but the spring sports season's already won. A good day today for overall.
Softball team off to a 7-0 start with impressive wins.
Logan
so far.
Logan Porter walk-off. 2-run shot today.
2-run shot for baseball. And they're having to score a lot of runs, but they're getting it done. Did have the one slip against Billings, but baseball team off and running. It's spring. It's crossover season. This has been our busiest week of the year, and I spent the last pretty much 72 hours out at the Canyon Softball Complex with softball. In fact, sprinted back into here before they even see it in my face, sunburn, windburn, you name it. But a great weekend for Dixie State softball, for Dixie State baseball. Women's basketball getting the 72-52 win tonight as well. And only 2 players in double figures, a good team effort, a good win for them. They did have the one slip up against Chaminade last week. So I think if you're still hoping for an outside chance of making the Pac-West tournament, you're probably going to have to knock off a Pac-West leader in Hawaii Pacific and probably win out the rest of the way. But what a year it's been for head coach J.D. Gustin and those girls this year. So fun night in the Burns. Trailblazers win it 89-55 and improve to 17-6 overall. 14-2 in the Pac-West. Winners of 11 straight. The first team on the men's side to clinch their spot in the Pac-West tournament. But Dixie State has much bigger aspirations than just playing in Riverside in the tournament. Again, another shout-out for our CEC TV crew, our board op back in the studio. Thank you so much for keeping us on the air. Thank all of you for listening in tonight. For Devin Dixon, I'm Carrick Stagmiller saying thanks for listening. We'll catch you next week. Dixie State versus Hawaii Pacific, Saturday, 7:30 p.m. tip. Pregame 7:15. Have a good night, everybody.